Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Uni-Trade Stadium for the 2019 Palominos World Series Final. Today's final matchup
and the championship game between Chinese Taipei and Puerto Rico.
In today's final matchup, we have Chinese Taipei facing a scrappy Puerto Rico team that had to come off a victory this morning over Youngstown, Ohio to make their way into the finals. Puerto Rico's way here into the finals started on August 2nd on Friday, where they won over Laredo 4-1, and then on Saturday they beat Youngstown, Ohio 3-1. Then last night they lost to Youngstown, Ohio 6-3, and this morning at 10 o'clock this morning they had to face Youngstown one more time, where they come from behind victory in the bottom of the 7th inning to take care of Youngstown, Ohio, winning that game 5-4. Taipei's route to the championship game lasted only 3 games, where they took on Harlingen the first day on Saturday, winning 4-1. Then they won 4-0 against Laredo also on Saturday in the afternoon. And then on Sunday, they were able to take out the other Laredo team 8-1, which put them right into the finals. And that's where we are right now, ladies and gentlemen. Chinese Taipei versus Puerto Rico for the Pony League 2019 World Series Championship. My name is Kenneth Duncan. I will be your play-by-play guy here tonight, along with my partner in crime, Orlando Navarro. And we do have a special guest in-house right here also, Dr. Michael. He will be our interpreter from Chinese Taipei. Dr. Mike, if you'd like to say a couple of words.
All right, thank you, Kenny. It's great to be here. So, for Chinese Taipei, today's lineup is leading off is number 7, left fielders Yan Guojin. The second batter is number 4, second baseman Chen Zhijun. Number 5, third baseman Lin Zihao. Number 6, shortstop Liu Jihong. Number 8, center fielders Song Chenrui. Number 3, first baseman Huang Zhaowei. Number 2, catcher Li Mengzhe. Number 11, DH Luo Haochen. Number 9, right fielders He Yilong.
And there we have the starting lineup for Chinese Taipei. They will be leading off today's game, batting first. They are the visitors here today, so Chinese Taipei will be batting first here at the top of the first inning. Again, one more time, we're here at Uni-Trade Stadium in Laredo, Texas. Thank you all for joining in. Thank you guys for listening. This promises to be a great ball game, as both these teams are almost pretty evenly matched. Puerto Rico's road to the finals was just a little bit longer than Chinese Taipei, but we went over the numbers. We were looking at some of the numbers, the hitting percentages, the slugging percentages, the on-base percentages. Chinese Taipei has a little bit of advantage over Puerto Rico on that, but I mean, if we look at it right down, they're almost evenly matched. I mean, I think statistically wise, this is going to be a very good game. But of course, we've learned in the past, it's not all about the numbers. It's not all about the statistics.
Absolutely, and you're looking at a team from Chinese Taipei that brings in a bunch of arms, a bunch of pitchers. That is something that you do when you're playing in a tournament like this. You have to beef up your pitching. I expect Chinese Taipei to have some strong pitching going into this game. And now we have to remember also, Puerto Rico is very good, but they had 2 hard games to be played just to get here. So they were relaxing, trying to stay out of the sun. Let's see what they have to come in here and hopefully do their fundamentals, not make many mistakes, because if you make mistakes, Chinese Taipei will take advantage and score runs.
All right, up first for Chinese Taipei is Yanko Qing. He'll be leading off today's ball game. And let's get this ball game going. There's the pitch. Low and in the dirt for ball number 1. One and those account. There's the windup and the pitch. Called strike on that one. 1-1 on Yanko Qing. One ball, one strike. First batter he's seeing here tonight. And there's the pitch. Nice hard hit, goes foul. Foul ball. 1-2's the count.
You know, looking at the field right now, if you see on the screen, you can see there's a shadow that goes right behind the pitcher. So the pitcher and the batter, they're inside the shadow. The rest of the players are in the sun. So we'll see if there's any problems with a transition when the ball's being hit out, going from the shadow into the sunlight. Let's see if that creates any problems.
That one kind of bounced into the catcher there. 2-2's the count now on Yanko Qing. Hopefully that sun doesn't play such a big factor in today's ball game there, Orly. But, I mean, we're getting closer to the evening time, so the sun's going to slowly start setting, and that shadow is going to start fading further out.
You're going to see that it's the first baseman, second baseman, and the right fielder that are going to battle with the sun for at least another good 30 minutes or so before it goes behind the building. So anything popped up to that area, look to see how they perform. They might battle.
That was a full count on the batter. That ball does get past the catcher, but it is a ball. So that's a free base for Yanko Qing.
That's something that Serrano needs to be careful. You do not want to give up anything. Walking somebody, you want them to hit the ball, put it in play, let your defense make the plays. But with a man on first and speed on the bases, you have to be very careful for the bunt.
I'm probably going to butcher this name on number 4, Chen Cho Chun. I apologize. Oh, that ball was just behind the batter. Runner's going to take that free base over to second after the ball got past him. Looks like Chen was turning around there to bunt it, playing a little bit of small ball, but the ball went right behind him.
You have a walk and a wild pitch that advances the runner. So now you take Taiwan from a situation of a bunt to sacrifice an out in order to move the runner over. Now the bunt is actually to move him to third if he bunts.
Yeah, I believe, they probably got a script of what they want to do if something happens. And, sticking to the script. Beautiful bunt down the first base line. Picks it up, tries to tag him. Gets it over to first just in time. But you know what? He did his job. He moved that runner over to third base.
He did a great job, first baseman coming in hard to get the ball, but it was a nice bunt. There was no play at third. The play was going to be at first, and the first baseman thought it'd be easy enough just to tag the runner, but the runner was so fast he got around the tag, he had to throw it to first. So it was just a really quick play, but just like that, you have a runner on third base with one out.
Next up, we got number 5, Lin Su Hao. Thank you, Michael. I am trying hard today. We got a runner in scoring position now for Chinese Taipei. Big swing and a miss for strike number 1.
This is where you have to bear down. You got to get some outs. You have to leave the runner on. He scores. They take advantage of that. They take the lead, and then they come out with their pitching. So Puerto Rico has to do everything in their power to control the first 3 innings. That seems to where they give up runs. So if they could buckle down here and not allow anyone to score, that would help tremendously.
Yeah, it's like we saw in the first game earlier today. They gave up those runs in the first inning there, the first 3 runs basically, and they kind of held Ohio at bay the rest of the game into that big home run. And then in the 6th and 7th inning, they came back and storming to win the game. But I think this Taipei team might be just a little bit stronger, and I don't think you want to make those mistakes. I don't think you want to let them get on top of you. Big swing and fouls it off. 1-2 is the count.
And actually, Chinese Taipei has never had to kind of come back. They always take the lead, and they have the lead. It'd be interesting to see if Puerto Rico can score some runs and see how Chinese Taipei reacts to that, because that would be a different situation for them.
Just a bit high. 2-2 is the count now with 1 out. Runner at scoring position on third base for Chinese Taipei. Yeah, guys, we're broadcasting live right now, so if you have comments, we do have an interpreter up here that can interpret some of the words that are being put on our screen there. So we will respond to you also.
We don't interpret. We just let him answer.
We let
you
Dr.
and I just
Mike.
stand
Dr.
here.
Mike answer the question.
We just stand here like we don't know what he's saying. But
I don't know. But
Yeah.
Dr. Mike's going to handle you guys. So please keep them coming in. Give cheers to your family and friends that are out here. Let's cheer on both of these teams, though.
leemos español.
Sí, leemos español. No hablamos muy bien, pero sí leemos. Nice hard hit. Beautiful shot. Oh, my God. It got away. And there's the first run of the game, ladies and gentlemen. That ball was hit sharply to the shortstop. The lead runner was taking a step off from the base. So he turns around, and he throws it to third base to get the runner and get him out also because he didn't tag up. The ball sails past the third baseman, letting him come in. Chinese Taipei is on the board. There's that first mistake.
Ceballos making the play. He had no play at third base. There was no reason to throw the ball at third base, but just seeing that there might be a chance, he threw it. They score a run on the error, on a throwing error, and now Chinese Taipei takes a lead.
Next batter is Liu Jihong, 第4棒.
Hard hit ball over to the third baseman. Scoops that one up off the ground, throws it over to first. In time! Beautiful bang, bang play there by the third baseman.
And then, Kenny, we talk about what if. What if he doesn't throw that ball to third base and the runner stays at third, and then you get that grounder out, you're out of the inning, and it's a 0-0 game. Instead, mental mistake, now you're down 1-0, and that is exactly what Chinese Taipei loves to do.
Yeah, they like to get you in those mistakes. They like to let you make those little mental errors, and they're going to take advantage.
That's right.
Slowly but surely, they'll start chopping, and that was the first mistake made there by Puerto Rico. Now, like we said earlier, baseball, these games here that we've seen, it's been a chess match.
Yeah.
Every single game, every single battle has been a chess match. Advantage Chinese Taipei.
今天中华队的先发投手是李承勋哦。那我们现在在观赏我们现场直播的朋友们啊，那个 Jasmine 没有错啊，他今天的先发投手是李承勋啊。那你们从平镇高中棒球的加油团的 Facebook 上面有看到，他今天将先发主投。
Keep the messages coming. But you're right, a chess match in this game is that. And Puerto Rico has to relax. Now, one thing that we have to remind people is Puerto Rico brought a young team. The shortstop's 16. I know it's an 18 and under. You can bring 16-year-olds if you want. In this case, Puerto Rico has so much talent at such a young age, they brought him. And so Ceballos, being one of the best players on the team, has actually done a great job for Puerto Rico. In that situation, he just got excited, threw the ball to third. Maybe call it youth in him, the energy. He wanted to try to get that double play. There was really no need.
Somebody asked us right now, what's the temperature right now? Well, right now here in Laredo, it's 103 degrees. It feels like 110. But Orly, you were on the field earlier today, right before, I was going to say tip-off, but right before the first pitch.
Yes.
What did you feel like down there? How did it feel?
It was hot. I talked to the umpires. They have a laser that they check temperatures. They're saying that the temperature is around 160 on the field.
160.
160. So it's radiating the heat off the I guess that artificial turf just really pulls in the sun, the heat, and we have that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a guest with us today. The man, the myth, the legend. Mr. Key is here with us today, the president of Pony League International. How are we doing today, sir?
Outstanding. It's good to be here. Thank you for the opportunity to host the Palomino World Series, second one in a row here in Laredo, beautiful Uni-Trade Stadium. It's a great night for baseball. It is a little hot out there,
Just
even
a little
by
bit.
my standards. But the kids are resilient. They've been doing really well. We've been watching them closely, the umpires very closely, just making sure that they're hydrating themselves, keeping in the shade as much as possible, cooling off in between innings. And the staff here is doing a really excellent job keeping an eye on the kids.
Well, thank you very much. And again, from us, from Orly and myself, and the city of Laredo, we'd like to thank you guys. Excuse me. I'd like to thank you guys for allowing us to host 2 tournaments this year, not just 1 but 2.
First time ever. We've had 2 World Series in the same town at the same time, no less. And the city of Laredo has rolled out the red carpet for us for our 12-year-old Bronco World Series and, of course, our 18U Palomino World Series where we're at right now. Everything has gone swimmingly well, and the teams have really enjoyed their stay here. The feedback's been exceptional, from their accommodations to the food to the hospitality to the generosity of the people that live here in Laredo. It's been a special event, a special week for all of us.
Well, thank you very much for all that. Right now we got number 17, Wilfredo, up to bat for Puerto Rico. He's got a 1-2 count right now. Going back over here with Mr. Key. Now, what's in the future for Laredo? What's in the future for Pony? What are we looking at down the road?
Well, a couple things, I think. First of all, we've agreed verbally to bring the Palomino World Series back here again in 2020. And we're very excited about that. And
nice hard hit over to the third baseman. Scoops it up over to first base. Easy out. 1 out now. Sorry about that.
No, and this will be the first of 2 years for the Bronco League World Series here in Laredo. Just went to a city council meeting tonight, and we're talking about, or the city of Laredo is talking about possibly building a new facility, a new park here in town, and we're very excited about that.
Number 10,
I actually sort of testified, maybe that's not the right word, but spoke in front of council in support of that project today.
Well, good. And I think that's always what we need here in Laredo. From somebody from outside looking in, what can we do to better Laredo and help the youth of Laredo also? This isn't just for the Pony organization, but it's for the entire youth of Laredo. Right now we got number 10, Angel Flores, up for Puerto Rico. He's got an 0-1 count on him right now. I remember back many moons ago, swing and a miss, big cut for Flores, trying to put something together for Puerto Rico. Many moons ago, we used to travel a lot with Little League Baseball, and I know we were out in Waco, and the university actually let the teams use the dorms during the summertime for that time, and they were able to feed them and stuff like that on the dorms. Maybe getting into a long-term contract and maybe doing something like that so we can house everybody kind of in the same unit, and that just brings that togetherness of the league,
Yeah, no doubt. We're actually at Lo Posada. All the teams that are traveling from out of town are staying in the same hotel, both 12s and 18s. Beautiful facility in downtown Laredo. For those of you that don't live here, the feedback has been really good about the condition of the rooms and just the hospitality in that area. But yeah, we're always looking to improve the event. And, the local organizing committee and Pony have met on several occasions during this week. We've all made copious notes on things that we maybe would change moving forward. And those are always very constructive meetings. And so we're coming back next year with both Palomino and Bronco.
That is a good thing to hear for our city. I know a couple of years back, getting back to the action real quick, I'm sorry, that was a foul ball there. We got a 2-2 count on Mr. Flores. A couple of years back, we brought the softball down here, 135 teams. Then right after that, we had our first Pony World Series, and which was just amazing. Like you said, the organization is doing amazing strides down here in Laredo. Big cut and foul ball. 2-2 is the count. And I do appreciate you guys. I really do. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you very much for choosing Laredo and coming down this way.
Yeah, speak of softball, that's sort of an event that we're taking a look at in the future. If this new park comes online, I think that would be an excellent place. The artist rendering that I've seen shows about 15 fields, 5 Bronco, 5 Pony, and 5 Major League size fields. So if that comes to fruition, what an opportunity to host girls softball event there.
Then we had a big swing and a miss on that one. The ball did get away from the catcher. He was able to throw it down first for the out number 2. So that retires that batter, Angel Flores. Coming up next is number 9 for Puerto Rico. That's Belmudez. And Richard Riosas has done a really good job here in Laredo keeping this all together. I know the other day I mispronounced his name, so he's still giving me slack on it. So I made sure I said it right, correct this time. It's a championship game. This is where it belongs, right?
Of course.
Richard's done a really good job here in Laredo. And, we hope that he continues to do what he's doing and to continue bringing, more things down here for the youth through your organizations.
Yeah, it takes a leader like Richard to pull this off. I also try to remind him that, he can't be a one-man show. He has to solicit the help of his community and the leaders in the community. The mayor has been out, some councilmen have been out, some county commissioners have been out, the judge has been out. We've had a real nice representation of city, county government that are involved and interested in this project as well. The economic impact of these two World Series is north of $1.4 million.
Wow. I didn't realize that was that. I mean, that is a big economic impact. And if you're out there listening, if you're in the air, nice hit ball over to the third baseman. He charges it up, throws it over to first. Runner safe. The ball was just a little bit behind the first baseman as the runner's coming in. A little bit of, I guess you'd call it a little bit of interference there. The ball did come loose though from the glove and the first baseman. So the runner is safe at first. Puerto Rico has their first runner on board. It's true. I mean, we have a big economic impact with everybody coming down. I think this year we had something about around 20 teams, give or take, here in town. A couple of them from Laredo, of course. Next up is number 6, Sabino Ceballos. I'm sorry, number 12, Ceballos, the shortstop. And so it does help out Laredo, and I wish that more people would come out and enjoy these games. It is a free game for them to come out and see. Concessions aren't free, but it is something that's really good in this community. Laredo is a big baseball town. I just wish more people would come out. I know we have a contingency of fans that are cheering on Chinese Taipei today. We have a contingency of fans that are cheering on Puerto Rico today from Laredo. We had people travel from Houston. We had people travel from San Antonio. Our guest speaker, Dr. Michael back here, is from San Antonio. He's helping us translate the Mandarin that's coming through our screen and helping us with the names, because if not, I'd butcher every single name. So he's helping us out. And we really thank him a lot and thank everybody else that's come out here.
Of course, team effort, no doubt about it. And it starts here at home, though. The hospitality from the folks here in Laredo has been exceptional. I haven't had one person say anything bad about the facilities, the hotel, the hospitality, the organization. And by the way, we have probably 15 pony directors from all over Texas and California that are here with us, helping organize the tournament. And it takes a lot of administrative folks to do that as well. And they're all volunteers, as is the local organizing committee. And we couldn't do this without the volunteers.
And just so you know, us announcers, we are also volunteers. We're not professionals. We just do this because we have fun. Right now on Ceballos, we got a 1-1 count, 2 outs, runner on first base. Oh, yeah. Big swing and a miss, strike number 2. Mr. Key, we do have our interpreter here, Dr. Michael. Is there anything you want to say to the Chinese Taipei team or to the fans out there?
Well, certainly, Chinese Taipei Baseball Association, CTBA, has been a long time member of Pony. Their Dr. Tom Peng and Chris Day, their international director, have a great relationship with Pony.
所以我们这是很高兴的能邀请到我们小马联盟的总裁来到Laredo 这边来参观我们这个比赛。那他也在现场也表达了对我们中华民国的棒球协会的感谢，然后也很感谢我们中华队能够千里迢迢来这边比赛。那他也觉得说他们小马联盟跟我们的中华民国台湾非常关系非常密切，那也太希望能够在未来能够有多一点的交流，多一点的合作。
And that last play was a hard hit ball over to the second baseman. Was able to scoop it up, take it over to first base to end the inning there. Puerto Rico leaves one man on the base. Here we go. One complete inning of play for the 2019 Palomino World Series. Chinese Taipei on top, 1-0. Stick around for more action. Thank you. Yeah, y'all heard that. The president of Pony League International said we're pretty good.
He said we're pretty good,
I heard him say that.
Yeah, I think he's bringing us ice cream.
I think he's bringing the ice cream.
Let me tell you, this is a project. When they're doing this, it's an all-year thing to try to put this tournament together. People think that it's not easy, and then you have teams like Chinese Taipei, Puerto Rico, Germany that have to arrange for everything from I would think their visas to plane tickets to getting transportation here. I mean, that's a big deal. And some of these teams do get help with funding. Some of the teams don't get help with funding. They got to make their way over here. Mazatlan had to come into town, you know. So there's so many things that have to happen just to put on a game. And once the kids are on the field, in fact, I talked to Richard Rosas, who's president of the Pony League here in Laredo. He says, when the teams are on the field, that's when I can relax a little, because now it's the coaches take over, the umpires take over, the rest of us just enjoy. But 12 months go by where all the responsibilities on us to get it ready before anything like this can happen on the field.
I totally agree with you on that, Orly. Next up to bat for Chinese Taipei is number 8.
You know, we're being asked about how these pitchers are throwing. Right now, Puerto Rico, the pitcher is not fast. It looks like he's an off-speed pitcher. He likes to keep the ball low. Definitely does better when his ball is low. So we'll see how that impacts Chinese Taipei.
1-1's the count on the batter.
On the other side, you do have a fast-throwing pitcher.
Well, this pitch came in at 82 miles an hour. Yeah, I've been watching his velocity there. He's pitching in the low 80s. I haven't seen anything over 86 yet, but he's getting there in the 80. There's another 84 mile an hour there.
He'll pick it up, but he has to set up his fastball. It's not an overpowering pitcher where he's just going to come in with his fastball. He has to set himself up, drop it away, bring some in tight. So he has to work the plate for Puerto Rico. That's how he's going to be effective.
Nice hit ball. Goes foul down the third base line. Third baseman just picks it up and tosses it back over. 2-2's the count.
Hey, Michael, did you see Kenny? The president comes in, he stands all straight, and he gets all serious, and I'm like, "What's that all about?" And then
my shirt's tucked in.
Your shirt's tucked in,
tucked in
and then you're asking if there's going to be a tournament next year. Like if we have a job, we don't get paid.
We don't get paid.
I
but
know.
You know what? Nice hard hit ball over to Ceballos, the shortstop. Picks it up, throws it a little wild, goes into the dugout. Free base over to second. There's that 16-year-old jitters right there. That's
right.
The second throwing error that he's had today. He had the one that went over to first base, and now he just had, or to third base. Now he just had this one at first.
Yeah, and
so he's got the quarters out of the way.
And let me tell you why he did that. He didn't attack the ball. He waited on the ball. When he looked up, he saw that you had a speedy runner running down the baseline. He had to rush the throw. As soon as he let it go, he knew he threw it too high.
现在打击的是3号一垒手黄兆伟。
Number 3 is up to bat now. Runner on second base for Chinese Taipei. I was looking here in the comments here. Clara Berryman, which is the wife of one of the umpires that are out here. We talked to her on Friday. She was here yesterday. I believe she said over the weekend. It might have been Saturday. Loves the stadium, loves the facilities, loves all the games that was going on here. Very impressed with everything that Laredo's offering. Throws it down to second. Got the runner out. Beautiful ball. The catcher got the ball. He saw the baseman kind of taking a nice long lead off with the cannon that this young man has behind the plate. Throws it down to second base. Ceballos steps in, tags him out. Any threat from that run right there, out the window.
Those are the kind of plays that Puerto Rico has to make. Now, we're too far to see. Now, the umpire had the angle to make the call. So, it was a bang-bang play. Credit Ceballos with a quick tag to get the runner out at second. With one out, that gives a little bit of breathing room for Puerto Rico. But now that I think that's just an example of mental mistakes, maybe taking that lead too much. There was no need for that.
High pop fly. Puerto Rican catcher getting underneath it, tracking it down just on the other side of the fence. He was ready to catch it, though. He was there.
He's a showman. He's a showman. Everybody was waiting to see if he was going to catch it. It was way out of foul.
It was out of play. He still stayed there with his glove up in the air, too, though.
Michael, you have anybody that we need to say hi to?
各位现在在台湾观众 现在观赏现场直播的观众朋友欢迎你们在那个 YouTube 下面留言啊。那我们2位主播我会跟他们告诉你们的 message， 然后他们会回答你们相关的问题，然后我会试着翻译给你们听。
There's the windup and the pitch, just high. Full count now on the batter. That one clocked in at about 87 miles an hour, so we saw a little bit of the speed right there.
Yeah, he seems to maybe be warming up a little bit because I saw that he was starting off with a lot of changeups and curveballs. Looks like he's getting a little bit of confidence, but that was high. It's a setup pitch for this one.
Big cut, takes it foul. Yeah, we'll let you know what the velocity is of the Chinese Taipei pitcher as soon as he comes back up. I wasn't watching the scoreboard. I was talking to our president, Abel Key.
Yeah, and then you kept saluting him. I was like, what are you doing?
It's respect, sir, respect. Here we go, 3-2, 1 out, nobody on. Big cut to deep center field. Center fielders got it. Yeah, we've said it before. There's only been 4 home runs for the Pony League. There's been 3 home runs this year. 2 of them actually out of the park. There was 1 in the park home run. We've actually got to see both those home runs here on the first day Friday. That was Camper Burt, the catcher for Ohio. And then at the earlier game, can't recall the gentleman's name. He was from Puerto Rico also, but he was the young man playing for Ohio. He went ahead and banked it also to the left field.
Crushed it.
There was a hard hit ball over to Ceballos there at shortstop. Kind of bobbles that. Lets the runner get on first base now.
Yeah, Ceballos is battling out there, and it's one of those things that you want to help your team and you want to do better, and you just keep pulling yourself down by not focusing. He needs to just forget about the last play. Now, he came in and he talks to the pitcher and says, that's my bad, but he just has to focus and not worry about the last play because that bothers him.
的确有那个超越武神说他们这次国际组的比赛是用打铝棒不是像台湾的青棒是有木棒组的比赛所以这些南美洲跟美国的传统强队他们的打击实力的确是非常的强。
We were talking about Brandon Jopi from Ohio. He jacked a home run that went over the left field couches and all that fancy stuff that's out there. He just crushed it. So yeah, congratulations to him on that home run.
Up to bat right now is Lo Hao Chen. Takes one deep to left field. It's out of here!
That's how they're going to get you.
The pitch was perfectly placed right down the middle. And he said, nah, it's gone out of here.
Well, you put runners on base, you make the mistakes, and then Chinese Taipei takes advantage of that. And we talk about how they bunt, how they move over runners, how they steal. How about some power, huh? Getting that ball out of the park.
That ball took off, and it wasn't coming back.
Let's let Michael describe that one.
所以我们的捕手2号李梦哲打出了本届赛事第3支，不是他本是本届赛事呢只出现了3支的全垒打。那李梦哲今天打出了1支全垒打，那中华队现在以3-1领先。
We talked about this last time, Kenny.
You know what? I think that ball actually hit the light post because it bounced back in. I was looking at the feed right now. That ball bounced back in, so he might have hit the light post or the concrete and send it back this way.
And as a tradition, Pony will try to get that baseball and present it to the player.
Actually, the coach was actually calling for the ball because they threw the ball into the umpire. And he asked, hey, give me the ball. That belongs to this young man right here.
Okay, so there might not be a little ceremony. But just to let you know, Michael plays a little bit of favoritism when it comes to a game like this.
Really, Michael?
He does.
Really?
Yeah. We talked about this.
Michael, we don't play favoritism.
Yeah, the home run happened.
We're equal for everybody,
No,
Michael.
he's next to me. The home run goes out of the park, and you know what he does? He goes, yes! Can't do that on radio or TV. He gets all excited, but we're going to allow it, okay? He can favor Chinese Taipei. We'll let him.
All right, I guess. Well, he is a doctor, so I
That's
guess
right.
it's okay.
We were talking to his Dr. Lin, who's also helping us with the PA system. You know, whenever Chinese Taipei plays, they take over the stadium. They take over the radio broadcast. You can hear them now.
So
Dr. Lin.
Next up is number 9, and who this is?
现在第9棒啊，何义龙是我们的右外野手。
That ball was just high. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. That one came in at about 87 miles an hour also.
This is where Serrano has to keep his cool. Yes, there was a home run hit, but he has to keep his cool. And, you know, just keep playing the game. He's pitching the ground balls. You like that. As a coach, you're looking at that and saying, he's not doing a bad job. But then he lets it get to him, and that's when Puerto Rico can be in trouble.
Right now, that's a ball was just a bit high. 2-0's the count, 2 outs, nobody on. Just low, 3-0 now. Yeah, they can't let those little things happen. I mean, and it happened against earlier against Ohio. You know, they got to him in the first 3 innings, but then they stormed back in the last half of the ball game. So let's hope Puerto Rico can put something together and show a little grit towards the end, which we've seen them do that time and time again.
You have to score runs. If you're Chinese Taipei, they've already scouted Puerto Rico. They know they can make a big comeback. They've done that twice. We've seen that happen. So I don't see Chinese Taipei taking any mercy or anything like that. They need to score a bunch of runs because they don't want that 7th inning, big, booming hits by Puerto Rico or anything like that. Puerto Rico will come up on you. So they're trying to pad the lead so they don't have to worry about that.
So we had a free base walk there after the 4 straight balls. That one goes high. Ball 1 now for number 7, Yin Ko-Ching.
现在打击的是第1棒左外野手严国进。
Hey, I got it right. Close. Yeah, pretty close.
那我要刚才纠正我的错误啊，刚才出全垒打的是我们的指定打击罗浩成啊，所以我们现在就是纠正一下
That ball got away from the catcher just high, advancing that runner over to second base. 2-0's the count. You're kind of thinking right now we're in the 2nd inning. Is coach going to come out and settle this young man down?
Well, they've tried to go, and that's a good question. Thanks for asking that question because, the players have come in to talk to him. You just wonder how many pitchers does Puerto Rico have? Because if he commits to going out, now you're stuck into the next time you come out, you got to take him out of the game. So he's going to try hard to keep him in there.
There's that first called strike right there. 2-1's the count.
I see in the bullpen for Puerto Rico, they have some pitchers out there. They're sitting up on the bench. That's pretty much a sign that they're ready to go. So he does have some pitchers if he wants to bring somebody in.
Here we go. 2-1. Runner on second base. Nice hard hit ball to left field. Left fielder tracking it down. And there you go. That's the 3rd out of the inning. But the damage was done this inning by Chinese Taipei. Right now, Chinese Taipei is on top, 3-0.
对，我们有网友问这个比赛是青棒吗？的确这是18岁的青棒比赛，然后这是美国小马联盟国际组的比赛。那这次呢有4支从代表各州的比赛，那台湾是代表大洋洲比赛出赛，然后墨西哥也有派出队伍代表中南美洲参加比赛，那波多黎各呢就是代表加勒比海州参加比赛。还有欧洲队的代表德国也有参加这次的赛会。
Kenny, the Taiwanese, Michael's a member of the Taiwanese Association of America out of the San Antonio chapter, and they organize and come down here. I think they also help in some way with the team's financials. If they need help, they're here. But Michael, you want to talk a little bit about your preparation, the association's preparation, coming here?
Yes, so we, as Taiwanese Association of America, at San Antonio chapter, we organize some transportations for the people who live in Texas. We have people from Houston, we have people from Austin, and also we have people from San Antonio. So when those players came to the United States, so we all went to the airport to pick them up, and then they would we'll use the bus, and then the organization would transport them to the Doritos, and then the people in Doritos, especially the Taiwanese people who live here, they will organize the dinners, the events for the players. Also, the Taiwanese people
Coming to bat for Puerto
from,
Rico,
different
number
cities in
13,
Texas.
Luis
So
Hernandez.
this is really good opportunities that we can meet some new friends. Also have good way to connect with the people from Taiwan. So this is a great event.
Next up for Puerto Rico is number 13, Luis Hernandez, here in the bottom half of the second inning. Puerto Rico's down right now, 3-0, after that monster home run in the top half of the second. We had a post here from Landry. Hi. Hello. How you doing? Nice of you to join us here on this broadcast. Thank you for joining in. There's a first called strike right there. That one is 90 miles an hour. Somebody asked me earlier, what's the velocity that the Chinese Taipei is throwing right now? That first one clocked in at 90.
Yeah.
A little check swing right there for strike number 2. That one dropped to 74.
So, and exactly. That's the type of pitching Chinese Taipei does. They know how to change speeds, but going from 90 to 74, that's tough in any league.
Swing and a miss. Strike number 3. That one came in at 76.
Yeah, that was a nice curveball that dropped away. You saw how the batter had to reach for it to try to get to it because it looked so fat coming at you, and then all of a sudden it drops away. So nice job. And I want to say that was a slider more than anything, but it just nicely done. Just a reminder about how Taiwan helps. They're also doing it for 2 teams because we do have the 12 and under team, the Bronco team, and you have the 18 and under team. So that's a big undertaking to coordinate everything for 2 teams.
Next up to bat for Puerto Rico is number 19. That is Feliciano. And we're going to give you an update here in a little bit. I know the Bronco World Series is going on right now. They just started at about 7:30. So here at the top of the hour, we'll dig into their feed and see what their score is. I think you took it with you earlier, Orly. If not, it's over there, the lineup you had earlier. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
I think. Check your bag. Sorry, we're working both ends right here.
Yeah, we're trying to figure this all out. But Feliciano, the third baseman, active in the comeback win, Feliciano was.
Yeah, that very true, very true. He was. We got a 1-2 count on him right now. 1 out, bottom half of the second inning. Just a bit outside. 2-2.
You love how Chinese Taipei's pitching, how he's going inside and out, and he's keeping the ball low. You know, he knows these batters because he's seen them. He's had an opportunity to see them, so he's trying to keep that ball away so they don't extend their arms and pull anything.
Called third strike right there. Here we go. 94 miles an hour.
Yep. That is fast. Let me tell
I was
you.
doing 94 the other day going to San Antonio.
Let me tell you, when you're a young kid and you're facing a pitcher that throws 94 and it has movement, that's really something that stays in your mind for the next time you come to the plate. You know, to be able to be mature enough, like the major leaguers, to just move on to the next one. They know they have 300 bats a year or whatever it is at bats, but here they're young. They're thinking about that. They go to the dugout. That's intimidation from the mound.
That one clocked in just over, oh man, I lost the last digit there, but that's probably 97 maybe? Yeah, up in the 90s. That was up in the 90s. This batter right now is number 15, Alejandro Solá. So he's bringing the heat right now. 92 on that one.
Yeah, he's just rearing back and firing right now. But just when you think, you know, as a batter, he's throwing 92, 94. So then you start getting ready and say, okay, I got to be quicker. I have to step into this pitch a little bit quicker. Then he'll throw something that drops in the 70s.
I bet you that's what's going to be right here. Here it is. And the pitch.
There it is. That's exactly what he did. See how far in front the batter was? He was waiting for something faster than that, and then all of a sudden it slowed down, and his bat just went right across the strike zone.
1-2's a count. 2 outs and nobody on for Puerto Rico here in the bottom half of the second inning. Set him down. 3 in a row.
92-mile-per-hour fastball. Set him up with the change. Then he comes back with something a little bit faster. he has the batters all mixed up right now. They don't know what to be waiting for, but you just try as a batter to get into a good count. One of the things you also have to see is this pitcher's not wild. So when you have a pitcher, he's going to throw around the strike zone. So he will be there. I mean, you don't have to worry about getting hit. What you got to worry about is the speed, trying to get that bat, going, put it in play. So it's really going to be a struggle for Puerto Rico. They're going to have to do something to try to counter that. But right now, Chinese Taipei running on all cylinders.
Let me pay some of our bills here early. We'd like to thank our corporate sponsors, Line Decker Construction, Playmore Family Entertainment, City of Laredo, Laredo Visitors Convention Bureau, Andy's Air, Person Whitworth, Borchers and Morales, Road Tech Trucking Center, Advanced Spine Center, Advanced Spine Solutions, Tatsutin Pediatric Dentistry, Stat Emergency Center, Andy's Mobility, Liquid Studio Group, A-Rod Construction, Sunbed Air Conditioning, and of course, my two favorite, Blue Top Digital Reaper Graphics, because that's where I'm at, and Rudy's Real Texas Barbecue. Thank you guys for sponsoring the Pony League Palomino and Broncos World Series. Now, we're going to throw it back over to Mike here so you can answer some more of these questions or comments here.
谢谢在 YouTube 上面观赏这精彩直播球赛的网友们啊，也谢谢几位网友回答了超越5神的问题。那的确啊，中华队这一次在亚太地区取得代表权击败了日本跟韩国能够取得代表权来到美国德州来比赛，然后现在也挺进了我们的冠军赛。那刚才我们的先发手李承勋的确就是尽了全力吹球数那几乎都已经投到了快95英里。那因为现在德州的天气是非常非常热，那现在已经将近40度了，那这里是有点接近沙漠的天气，所以呢比较干燥。那你在吹球数的时候，球的确会比较快一点。然后我们现场的2位主播对我们李承勋的球数真的是非常非常惊讶。那我们也希望他们接下来的比赛能够好好的发挥。那我们现在将上场打击的是我们的4号陈志军2垒手。
I agree with everything Michael said.
Yeah. I got a question. Are they asking questions, just saying hi? What's some of the comments?
Yeah, they are asking questions how they got here.
Oh, okay.
Well, they got on the plane and then a bus.
Well,
Big strike number 1 there. Now, we do have a new pitcher for Puerto Rico. That's number 3. Who's number 3 on our lineup there for Puerto Rico?
For Puerto Rico.
Let me look at my other roster here. I'm sorry. Advanced technology, and we're failing ourselves right now.
try.
That ball gets in between the shortstop there, getting that runner over to first base.
Sebastián Cortés.
Yeah, number 3 is Sebastián Cortés. He is the pitcher now for Puerto Rico here in the top of the 3rd inning. That ball had eyes on it, just snuck in between the shortstop and the 3rd baseman there.
Right.
And our next batter up is number 5.
我们下一棒的打击者是5号3垒手林子豪。
Cortés pitched earlier today, if you remember, Kenny, to help them get here to the championship game.
Yeah, he came in relief in the latter innings there and helped Puerto Rico get here. That was a wild game. If y'all didn't catch it this morning, the feed is still there, so y'all can go back and watch it, see how they got here. Wild game. Right now we got a 1-0 count. Runner on first base for Chinese Taipei. No outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Looking at the windup. There's the pitch. Just in the dirt. 2-0 is the count. Yeah, Michael was saying they were asking how Chinese Taipei got here to this point, and we'll explain it here. Chinese Taipei played first on Saturday, taking out Harlingen 4-1, and then they took out Laredo later on that night, Saturday, 4-0, and then they came in Sunday and took out the other Laredo team 8-1. So they were able to rest. They were able to get back to the hotel, probably use the pool. 3-0 is the count now.
Were they asking how they got here, like flights and stuff like that?
No,
or
how they
game
got here, like
wins?
How they got to the championship.
Okay, got it. All right.
I know what Michael was saying.
Wow, I'm just checking because of
I would
people
just
could
be
be
in a
sitting
goof.
back saying, what the heck's this guy talking about? We want to know the flights.
I was just being a goof. Maybe they were on flight 1678. They came into Toronto. No,
Flew
I
in,
don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't work for an airline. There's that first called strike right there. 3-1's the count now.
Nice discipline. 3-0. Don't swing. Wait till they throw strikes. This team does that. They wait for you to kill yourself. You've got to throw strikes.
Now, on the other hand, for Puerto Rico, they had their first game on Friday where they won that one against Laredo 4-1. And then they played on Saturday. They played against, that's a foul ball there. On Saturday, they played against Ohio, and they won that one 3-1. Then they came back Sunday evening, and Youngstown took them out 6-3. Then we came to this morning, the rubber match, this morning to see who would go to the championship. And Puerto Rico was able to come back on that game and win it 5-4. And that brings us to where we're at today. We got a full count now on the batter. Runner on first base, 1 out for Chinese Taipei. Pitcher looking over at first, making sure he stays honest there. And there's the pitch. Runner's going. There goes the cannon over to second base. Got him!
Got him, and Ceballos is talented with the tag. We've already seen it once before. He does it again. The throw was kind of high, but he charged in fast enough to be able to catch it and touch the runner before he got the second. Puerto Rico is doing a better job in executing as they go on later in the game, and they're helping out their pitcher. Cortez needs that help. He needs to make sure nobody gets on. Now he can go to the windup. It looks like he's going to choose to go to the stretch with nobody on base, but nice execution on the tag for the out, 2 outs.
We got number 6 up to bat.
我们现在上场打击的是6号刘基宏，我们的游击手。
That's 1 ball on him. Now, I was looking at the stats here. Chinese Taipei had only been caught 1 time stealing this whole series. They already caught him twice today.
Yeah,
in this game.
And the runners are a little frustrated with that. Maybe they don't like the call. Maybe they think they're saying, that happens. But for the most part, they're also coming in going, wow, that guy just threw a pretty good shot. These are talented players, and they're starting to see that. Talking to the coach from Chinese Taipei, he did mention that the talent level he's seen is getting better and stronger. As he was watching the teams, he was saying, wow, these teams are actually extremely good. And so he's been warning his players, don't take it for granted.
Yeah, you can't take anything for granted. Once they get to this level, that's a ball high there. I'm sorry, 2-1's the count, 2 outs. The teams that we saw in this tournament this weekend, these are the top teams. These are the champions from their division. These are the guys.
You're looking at Youngstown had 8, 10, 12, 16 players that are going on to the next level. A few were drafted by the pros. A lot of them going to play college. That's just Ohio. Then, of course, we talked a little bit about Chinese Taipei and some of the players that have been drafted off of their team to what they have as their major league. So these kids are going on to that next level. And then you have Puerto Rico with the prospects that they have that are already being looked at. Even though they're still young, they're being looked at to go pro.
2-2's the count, 2 outs. Swings and fouls that one off. Took a hit in the shin there. He's going to check his leg out, stretch it out there just a little bit. Yeah, these teams are packed of talent. But all the teams that are here, especially the 2 teams that are here right now, packed full of talent. And like we were talking to the coach earlier today from Puerto Rico, they have several 16-year-olds on the team. Not 18-year-olds, 16-year-olds on this team that if Puerto Rico makes it back next year, they'll be here again in Laredo.
Yeah, they will. We're getting comments about the umpire. This whole tournament, the umpire has had a very tight strike zone. Just when you think, oh, we got him on that pitch, and they've just been calling a very tight strike zone. So, yes, the observation by Iris, yes, we have seen that. I've had comments being told to me throughout that the strike zone is very tight, but he has been consistent that way, and that's all you ask of an umpire. Whatever you're going to do, just be consistent, and then we'll adapt to that.
2-2's the count. Sit him down! Strikeout!
Nice job by Cortez. And, you know, he comes off the mound because the delay reaction to call the strike, Cortez throws it. He thinks it's a strike, so he starts walking off the mound, and he's not getting the signal. And then finally he gets a strikeout, and they can run in. All the players doing the same thing. That little delay, kind of.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Orly. You know, the umpires have been calling a tremendous game all weekend long, and they are consistent. If they do it for one team, they are doing it for the other team. That strike zone is that strike zone they're going to call. And there's some very, very close calls, you know, in their pitching, and there's been some very close calls out on the field also. You know, and we talked about this on Friday about instant replay and all this stuff that's being used in the majors. And I've told you, I'm not a big fan of that because it takes away the purity of the game, and that's what I believe. And so I like it. Let the human people play the game.
That's right. Well, and there's the presentation on the field right now for the home run.
所以大会啊，就是赠送了一个纪念球啊，给刚刚打出全垒打的11号罗浩成啊，所以非常恭喜他在这次赛会打出他的第一支全垒打。
El hijo de mi corazón. That's what we got someone saying down here from Puerto Rico.
So Sebastián Cortés, mi hijo. So that's mom, Tia. What are we talking about here?
I don't know. It's del corazón.
Ah, okay. Hijo de mi corazón. So it's mom.
I'm thinking mom. I'm thinking mom. Pues muchas gracias, mamá. Se está portando muy bien y está jugando muy bien también. Muchas gracias. You know, Javi gives us some thumbs up.
How nerve-wracking is this? I think they said that the time in Puerto Rico is, if not 1 or 2 hours, ahead. So right now here in Laredo, it is 7:53. So you know, the families are watching this on TV. I don't know.
I think it's they're an hour ahead of us.
An hour ahead of us?
I believe that's what the coach was saying earlier. He wanted to make sure what time the game was at because the families back home want to tune in and watch this game also. From what I understood, correct me if I'm wrong, like Orly said, right now it's 7:53 here in Laredo. I want to say it's 8:53 maybe in Puerto Rico.
And how about in Taiwan? What time is it over there?
8:53 in the morning.
8:53 in the morning. So
12-hour difference.
13-hour difference. So they're waking up, drinking their coffee, tea, whatever, and they're listening to this. Puerto Rico, they're hitting the beers and the micheladas and come on. Oh, family show. Sorry. Yes.
Coke.
Water, Cokes, orange juice. Yes, that's what they're drinking in Puerto Rico. No Bacardi, none of that.
What is that?
I don't know what you're talking
That
about.
sounded pretty good though, either way. Next up for bat for Puerto Rico, it looks like we have number 20, Peña. Right? Yes. Big swing and fouls that one back. We got a 0-2 count now.
Peña, the DH, big bat here. This is, again, we talked about this from the last game. Getting on base, that's important for that batter, leadoff batter, to get on base. We already see how the pitcher's pitching. He's throwing fast, he's throwing hard. So anything they can do to disrupt the pitcher, they have to do.
Big swing and a miss for strike number 3.
He's tough.
谢谢网友专业的网友回答了，其实大部分的问题啊，网友都回答了。那这次比赛的赛制呢，青棒只有打7局，所以呢，它并没有比照成棒的赛事在这个小马联盟里面。
Next up to bat for Puerto Rico is number 1, Colon. Hits that one foul down the first base line.
Colon, I feel like he's the spark plug of the team. He's the guy that gets it going. He's done a good job all tournament, and he puts the ball in play, and he loves to pull the ball. Let's see what he does here to get the ball to right field.
There's the windup and the pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike number 2. And there's the windup. And the pitch. Sit him down. Strike number 3.
D on the mound is doing a fabulous job. 0-2 pitch. You know, you don't have to give anything to anybody, but he's not intimidated right now. No one's been able to tag him. Lee on the mound, and no one's been able to tag him.
17,
So
Wilfredo
he's turned
Delgado.
around, and he's just saying, I'm just going to rear back and fire. I'm going to throw my best. If you hit it, you hit it. Right down the middle on an 0-2 pitch.
Next up to bat for Puerto Rico is number 17, Delgado. There's the windup and the pitch. Nice hard hit ball to center field. Center fielder coming in. That's the 3rd out. He got a good hit. The wind is starting to blow in here a little bit, so it did kind of slow that ball down and kind of knock it down. Center fielder was able to come in and scoop that one up. Out number 3.
Earlier today on Facebook, some people can go to the Pony, I believe it's on the Pony World Series, Palomino World Series Facebook page, but Carlos Correa sending out blessings to the Puerto Rican team, wishing them good luck. So
Hold on. Carlos Correa from the Houston Astros?
Houston Astros, he's a friend of the coach. The coach for Puerto Rico is actually a scout.
Really?
In Puerto Rico, so he's friends. So all he did was send a shout out and blessings. You know, didn't make it too, favoring one over the other, but I thought it was a great gesture.
That's a class act right there.
It really is.
Class act. Guy's a fabulous baseball player for the Houston Astros, my favorite Major League team, by the way.
Right.
Fabulous baseball player. Thank you very much, Carlos. If you're listening in, thank you very much for that. I know it meant a lot to the team and to the players and the fans and everybody. I know
And to
it means
us.
a lot. And to us.
And to us,
Getting to hear that you did that, I'm touched. I like that.
No, I just like that he's thinking about the World Series and not only Puerto Rico, but all the players, because obviously he's a fan of baseball to begin with.
Well, maybe he's listening into this broadcast and maybe he'll drop a line saying, hey, guys, you're the best broadcasters we ever heard.
Oh, imagine? Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
And then give us free tickets to the Stros.
Well, his fiance's from Laredo.
What?
Oh, yeah. She's from here.
Mrs. Texas, right?
Miss Texas.
Miss Texas, that's right, yeah.
Not Mrs.
Miss. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Miss Texas.
Yeah.
Well, that would be awesome if we get free box seats, VIP treatment, something like that.
I understand she has a mean fastball.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So
That's a joke because actually that's how they met. She went up to Houston throughout the first pitch.
threw out the first pitch.
And, yeah, it wasn't pretty. Yeah,
so
it wasn't.
we wouldn't put her on the team.
Well, I would.
I agree with you.
Yeah, but thank you, Correa, for doing that. But back to the game.
Next at bat, number 8， 8号背后宋承瑞，中外野手。
我们现在第一位上这个世预上半，我们第一位上场打击的是8号宋承瑞，是我们的中外野手。
Okay, sorry. All right, back to action here. We had another special visitor walk in. Number 8 for Chinese Taipei is up to bat right now. Like we've said before, we've had several teams that have been here in Laredo for this Pony League World Series. We've had teams as far as Germany, Chinese Taipei, Puerto Rico, of course, California. That's a called ball there, 2-0's account. That we're able to travel into Laredo to come out here. And there was a featured story for them in the paper. I believe we have Chris, am I correct?
Yes, sir. Chris Jackson from the Laredo Morning Times here.
Mr. Jackson, if you're nasty, is here with us today. Just to kind of give us a little rundown of what happened, what he saw, what he's seen so far. That's a ball number 3, by the way. 3-0 is the count. Chris, how did you enjoy your time meeting the teams?
Oh, it's been a great time talking to everybody. Chinese Taipei has been really great. I talked to the Broncos World Series guys. Obviously, both their teams are really, really good. They're great pitching-wise. I mean, their pitcher, I think you were saying, was throwing over 90 miles per hour. You can tell he's going to be pitching somewhere in the pros someday, that's for sure. But they've always been great. I talked to the Germany coach about being a Major League Baseball certified academy. They're doing really great stuff. They're now expanding baseball in Europe and Germany specifically, an area where you don't really think of baseball being a hotbed, but they're really starting to get to that next level. They have a couple college guys. Talked to Chicago's team. They got a huge grant from the Cubs and the city of Chicago themselves. So there's a lot of teams making a lot of good news out here.
Big swing and a miss for strike number 2. We got a full count now on the batter. We had a first called strike a little bit a while ago. Then we had a big swing and a miss for strike number 2. So we got a full count on the batter now. That's very interesting what you were talking about, Chris, about all the help that they're getting. There's a nice chopper over to the shortstop, picking it up, throws over to first base for out number 1 here in the inning. It's nice to see that the community, especially like in Chicago, where they're giving back to the community, giving back to their players and everybody to help grow Pony League or baseball in general, and to bring more people out to there for maybe someone that didn't have the opportunity to do that, and that's outstanding. And I urge everybody that's out there to do that. Reach out and share with your community. Help these kids out. There's some kids that are a little less fortunate than others that want to make it to this level. That's strike number 1, by the way, right there. They want to make it to this level. That ball came in at 79 miles an hour. You said Chinese Taipei was always a good, friendly team. I know last year when they were here, there was Facebook posts all over the place from Walmart, from McDonald's, Sam's. They were walking around and had a humongous following from Laredo that weren't from Chinese Taipei. They had an awesome following. But go ahead and give me some more insight of what we got out there.
I want to really go back to that Chicago team, too. That's a great story because on the south side, you see a lot of kids in single-parent households out there. You see a lot of kids that don't grow up with a lot of stuff, a lot of crime out there. I look, some neighborhoods in that district, in that region, have a single-home rate of 29, which compared to most of the country, that's well above it. So a lot of kids in that area don't have the same resources as maybe other parts of the country. Now these kids get an outlet in baseball at great facilities where I think their coach told me they got 4 fields, all these batting cages and all the stuff. They're helping out the kids. And who knows, maybe some of those kids end up playing for the Cubs or White Sox someday.
We talked to the team the other day from Illinois, and we had a big fight going on here on our feed. If they were White Sox fans or Cubby fans. They said a couple of them were St. Louis Cardinal fans. They ruled them out. But I think the consensus was White Sox, correct, Orly? Yep. Yeah, consensus was White Sox fans. So hopefully we'll see some of them in a White Sox uniform. That's what they want. Yep. You mentioned Germany. That was a foul ball. I'm sorry. 1 and 2's a count. 1 out now. You mentioned Germany. Now they're Major League Baseball Academy. What else do you have on that?
Well, it was interesting. Back when they started, they didn't really have anybody. They had to really recruit guys that were 20, 21, 22 years old to really get into their academy. And then all of a sudden, they became certified. They got a great facility. But, of course, they had to convince parents this is going to be a legitimate academy. We got to show them that we're going to have great parental control over all these kids. They're going to have great facilities, great education, 6 months out of the year full time to do baseball in school. And they convinced people to do that. They convinced parents. And now they're getting all these kids. They have one kid going to Arizona Western on a full scholarship. Another kid's going to a small junior college in Michigan. They had one kid from the academy that's in the Reds organization, another one in the Red Sox. So baseball, you think of Germany, you think a lot of soccer and stuff like that. But baseball in Europe is starting to grow, especially Germany. They've got 2 academies there now.
Oh, there's a hit back over to the pitcher. Lets the shortstop take care of it. Scoops it up. Gets over to first base. Oh! Not in time. Just missed that runner getting to first base. Yeah, that's very interesting what you said about Germany because we were talking about them on Friday. That we see Germany and we think of the German national soccer team and these big guys walking out. And German national soccer is great. My son loves the German national soccer team. He's got a jersey. Then we talk baseball. And now you're saying he's got people in the Reds organization and then people with the Red Sox and going to universities here in the United States. That's amazing what they're doing over there. What about Puerto Rico? Were you able to talk to anybody there from Puerto Rico?
Unfortunately not, but you can watch this team. They've got a couple of kids that are going to be getting shots at the next level, too. They've got some big kids. They have some guys that can hit, too. You've seen their shortstop. He's got a couple of errors today, but he's a beast.
He's 16 years old,
sure. Yep, and yeah, he's just 16. That's scary to think. He's a big kid for 16.
Oh, my son was big, too, at 16, but he doesn't play baseball. I'm just saying. Actually, my son works for a theater company, so he's like 6'3", 6'4". He's actually working. He just got a job. I'm going to plug him. I'm sorry. He's working in Syracuse, New York at Syracuse Stage. Thank you very much for giving my son a job. So we don't play baseball anymore.
Hey, you still got to shout out your son, though, right?
I still got a shot to get up to Broadway and all that good stuff over there. Oh, I'm sorry. Back to baseball. I apologize. That was a foul ball there. 1-1's the count now on the batter. Number 2 is the batter right now, and that is I'm just gonna say Lee because I can't pronounce the rest of it.
Yeah, Michael has to come in every once in a while.
Lee? Yeah, I was right. Lee. See, I knew that one. Lee. All right, here we go. High foul ball down the right field line. That's 1-2 now the count. 1 out. Runner on first base for Chinese Taipei. You mentioned the Chinese Taipei team. You were able to sit with them a little bit also, you said?
Yeah, we talked with their Bronco team yesterday. What day was that? Or that would have been. I'm losing track of
Sunday?
days. I think it was Saturday. It was Saturday when I met with them when they were practicing at some warehouse and all that. But they've got a lot of talented players. There's a reason why they've outscored teams by, I believe, 38 runs going into the championship. Is what I saw. It was like 45-7. They can do anything they want, really. At both
Big
levels.
swing and knocks that one foul, keeping the count at 1-2. That ball came in clocked at about 76 miles an hour for the pitcher. Runner on first base. Were you able to get down with the California team and the Illinois team also?
Unfortunately not. I wish I could have. I was only able to get the Chicago Bronco team. California, it would have been cool to talk to them too, growing up near actually where those guys are from, but never got a chance to talk to them. But, I mean, they've got a lot of talent on that team too. They've got a couple of kids that'll be playing at the next level. And then I look at this Youngstown roster too. I was talking with their broadcaster the other day about all the talent. They have one kid who was drafted. Their catcher had a ridiculous arm. He threw out so many guys at first and second. You could see why he's a college catcher. They got another pitcher that had that no-hitter through 6 innings going to Penn State. They've got, on this list, it looks like about 10 Division I players.
Yeah, they're an amazing team. You know, it's sad that, you know, it's hard that the way it ended, you know, earlier today. But I mean, it's baseball. It's all part of the game. You know, they played a tremendous game. I take nothing away from them. You know, Puerto Rico being a scrappy team came back in the latter part of the game there and stole that game from them. I will call it a steal. They did steal the game from them. They did enough in the latter part of the innings to take that game away from Youngstown. You know, seeing here right now, we got a 1-0 count, 1 out, runners on first and second. You know, Chris, we thank you for doing what you did, for writing that article. I think more people need to understand where these kids are coming from and where they're at and what it takes for them to get here. Mm-hmm. You know, we joked earlier with Dr. Mike. He was asking about, someone asked him, how did they get here? I said, well, they took a plane, then they took a bus. You know, we know that's not the case. You know, we know that it's the funding from the family, the funding from organizations that help them get here and to travel down here to Texas to play in this championship game. These are the elite teams that were here this weekend. And we thank you very much for writing that article. Thank you.
It's my pleasure to cover all the teams here. It's actually a small world. Abe Key and I both graduated from West Virginia. My dad graduated with Abe Key at the same time in the business college.
Nice hard hit ball to left field. It's out of here. And just like that, 3 runs come in for Chinese Taipei.
Home run. 全垒打.
Okay, I was just informed right now that is the same guy that hit the home run earlier. Now he's got 2.
全场第2支全垒打.
那我们先要现场的加油声啊，我们侨胞的欢呼声。那我们的第8棒啊，指定打击罗浩成打出了今天的第2支全垒打，今天就击出了2支啊，所以真的是非常非常恭喜他。
Hey, Michael, relax. We know you're excited, but relax, Michael. Come on, man.
We understood that.
I understood that one because he was so excited. I believe he said home run, same guy.
Yeah.
That's what I got. Well, that was a beautiful shot. Same place, left field. I think that one's still waiting to come down, though. That one didn't come back. Well, we thank you very much for being with us here today. Again, we thank you for everything you did for Pony League, for writing that article. Anything you want to say as a parting shot to anybody out there?
Well, Abe Key does a really great job. Like I mentioned, we graduated from the same school. He actually graduated from West Virginia at the same time as my dad in the business school. They never knew each other. And my friend Abby interned for him as well. Really, really small world how that all kind of connects. But he does a great job. The intern, Logan Carney, does a great job as well. So this organization's got a lot of people that are going to do some big things.
0-2 is the count now on the batter. Sorry about that. 0-2 is the count on the batter. Well, thank you very much. And if I see Abe again, I know he took off. If I see him, I'll let him know that you're looking for a job to work for Pony League. And maybe he's listening right now. He's like, yeah, I know that guy. I remember that dude. He owes me money. So he might be looking you up, man. But thank you very much for coming out with us today.
It was my pleasure. You guys do a great job here.
Thank you. Nice hard hit ball over the first baseman's head. And just like that, Chinese Taipei on first base one more time.
You know, I am so amazed by this Chinese Taipei team because throughout the whole tournament, you know, we talk about how they bunt people over, they play small ball. I think the coach just basically took off the reins and let these guys swing away. He's letting them show the power. You know, so just when you're saying to yourself, oh, wow, this guy, you know, these guys, they don't have power. And then, boom, home run. Boom.
You know, I was looking at the stats right here early, and the 3 games that Chinese Taipei has played, it says here they have a total of. Let me put my reading glasses on. Oh wait, they are on. Never mind. They have a total of 16 runs in the 3 games that they've played.
Jeez.
And I know it's been 4 4s and 4s. I've seen that. Right now they got 6 runs.
Yes, 6 runs, and they've knocked the pitcher out. So now
Okay,
you're going to get into
second pitcher.
Yes. Hey, and I've got a surprise for you. You're going to like this one.
Did the ice cream come in?
No, the ice cream didn't come
Okay,
in.
never mind.
No. This tournament has had, we commented about the umpires, the officials, and what they've done, the consistency of the officials and what have you. But there was a big story coming out over here. We had the first female umpire to ever call a game in the Palomino World Series.
Really?
Right? Yeah. And she's from Laredo.
What?
Yeah.
Is it Miss Texas?
No,
Just checking.
And okay, I hope I get this right. Zachariah. Hold on. Scaret Ramirez from Laredo, umpire. We have her here in the booth.
Hey,
Guess what?
Come on down.
She's texting Mom, I'm going on, tape this. We'll get this tape to you. Look at her in her full uniform. And I've got questions for her because
Well, I'm gonna let you handle this one. I'm embarrassed because I'm glad I didn't wear that same outfit. That's the outfit I had planned on for today. Just so you know.
nice.
But I'm
Okay.
gonna let her come on in. Orly, you come on this side. You go ahead and chit chat it up.
Okay, I'm sorry I butchered the name, but I'm excited that you're here. And I don't know, it's something about the uniform. You get kind of nervous, like you want to. The ump's here. But talk to me about this. This is fantastic. Let's start from the beginning. Okay, officiating. When did you start liking this?
I started liking this about 4 years ago because I started off with Little League T-ball 5-year-olds, and I was at it for 2 summers because a cousin had asked me, hey, we need some help. Do you want to umpire? Because I had background as an athlete playing softball. So after certain events through those summers, I decided why not level up to high school because I'm going to have a better support system. I'm going to be able to call better ball. So I actually started with softball, and then I thought, why not baseball?
Really?
So yeah.
Is that a hard transition? I mean, did you have to go through a lot to try to get into baseball? Is that a hard thing for a woman to do?
No, you just sign up and you take a test and that's it.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're not going to sit there and say, oh, you're a girl, you can't do baseball. You can do it.
No, honestly, they were very excited because it's not something within the norm.
Right.
So me going into that new platform, I was able to make a new foundation for myself as a young professional in this profession. So it has been opportunity after opportunity, and of course there have been obstacles. Of course there have been other individuals that might not have wished me well along with this short journey that I have started, but at the same time, it's what you make of it, and my efforts and the support of those I have stayed within my circle have improved me as a person and as a young professional, and that's why I'm here right now.
Well, you even sound like a professional when you talk. You've done tons of interviews. You must have, because you sound like you've done a lot. Are you from United South? I think they told me South, or where?
No, I'm from John B. Alexander High School.
Okay,
but
okay, you're
I
in
can
Alexander.
attribute my speaking skills to my mother because she is a teacher at an elementary school, and her first language is Spanish because she's a Mexican citizen.
Okay.
And learning English, she was very, sorry, there was a little bug close to here in the booth. She was very stern on us on how to pronounce, how to conduct ourselves verbally, because it is how you show people your knowledge and how you show people how well you can communicate with others. And I attribute my social skills to my father because he was raised to be a people person, to talk to any stranger. And with those two combinations, I was able to bring up these skills that I can speak with others in a manner where people can take me seriously, but I still have some relatability with others as well.
Nice. Can you listen to that answer, Kenny? Was that nice or what?
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Thank
we have
you.
a man on second base, and there was a walk. So Chinese Taipei with a man on first and second with 1 out, and to the plate is number 4. We're getting Michael over here real quick.
那我们现在上场打击的是我们的第2棒二垒手陈志军。
Number 4，4号细猴陈志军。
So when you grow up in the game and you started with softball and then you move up and now you're at this level, and we've talked about this. We have a lot of kids that look like they're college material. Some are major league material. We saw you on the field. How fast is this game? How are you seeing this as fast for you? Because a lot of times you talk to people and they measure, like they say, oh, you go to the next level, it's faster, or you go to the next level, it's whatever. Do you see a huge difference when you're playing with this calling with this kind of talent?
With this kind of talent, you do see an upgrade in the pace of the game. You do see the elevation of power in these athletes, and you can attribute it to their hard work. You can attribute it to the coaches that have been with them for so long, because these are the people who, these kids have the support system that bring them up. They see the latent talent they have, but they have to bring out that foundational background in order to persevere and to bring out those skills that without those fundamentals you just can't execute as well as you would at a lower level. And this is the World Series here, and it wouldn't be unexpected to see these kind of skills.
Absolutely. There was a base hit that advanced the runners. Bases loaded with 1 out, and to the plate we have number 5.
Number 5，5号国后林子豪。
那我们现在中华队啊，已经形成了满垒。那下一棒的打击呢，是我们的第3棒3垒手林子豪。
I happened to take a picture of you. I'm sorry if you didn't know that, but you were out on the field. It was a far picture. I don't know if you saw it, but
Oh, that's all right. So was my mom.
Yeah, I know. But I put it out there. It was far. I wasn't close. Oh, there's a line shot foul to right field. And I put it out because I'm just so proud of the fact that you're from Laredo and you're a woman
Thank you.
and a leader, and women who are business leaders in our community, people that I know in the political world that are female, were so excited. They were complimenting you. They just love the fact that you're doing this.
Wait, really?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and so I thought it was great.
You know what I think?
What?
I think we need to get her to the Girl Scout house. My daughter is a Girl Scout. I have a 6-year-old daughter, and I want these young ladies in the Girl Scouts to understand that they can do anything they want.
Of course they can.
And here you are. You've broken the mold and broken the norm to get to where you're at.
Try.
And
I hope people can hear you because I know you're doing this without a mic. But yeah,
I'm
no,
pretty
definitely.
loud.
Yeah,
I think
he
they
is
can
pretty
hear me.
loud. He is pretty loud. He put his ice cream down and now he's loud. But no, I'm serious. It was something that I just put out there because I was very proud of it, and I have 3 daughters, and I said, this is very cool that you're doing this. But
Thank you.
And there's a base hit down the middle with bases loaded. Here comes 1 run. Here comes run number 2. Center fielder throws the ball in. Runner is safe at home. Big single up the middle. Man on first and second. The score is now 8-0 Chinese Taipei over Puerto Rico. Still 1 out. And the next batter up is number 6.
Come on, Dr. Mike.
Dr. Michael is just taking this all in.
那我们刚刚第3棒林子豪打出一个中外野的内野安打，然后打进了2分。那我们下一棒的打者是我们的第4棒游击手刘基宏。
I have a good friend of mine, Steve Lamantia. He's a businessman in Laredo, but he also does football refereeing. He's a white cap. He also did the SEC. He's done major division, college division, and he just grew up doing it. And he has so much fun. There's a base hit down left field line. Here comes a runner from second all the way home. The runner for first goes back to second. Another base hit for Chinese Taipei, and they're just laying it on thick right now. Man on first and second. The score is now 9-0. We are in the top of the 4th. And next up to the plate, we'll hold up on announcing the next batter. We'll hold up because pitchers coming. Looks like we're going to have a change of pitchers. And
They're calling for the lefty.
they're calling for the lefty.
Number 8.
And so we'll hold off on the batter. But you can go ahead and.
那现在波利克要换上他们的第3任的投手啊。那看起来像是他们要换上了左投。那刚才我们第4棒刘基宏也打出了安打1分打点的安打。 那非常高兴他们今天表现非常好。那现在中华队呢是以9-1领先波多黎各队。
Mr. Ramirez, just one last comment. I was talking about Steve, how he loved it. I could see in your eyes that you're loving this.
Of course.
So congratulations. A birdie told me that you got an invitation to the Major League Baseball camp. Is that right? Am I saying that?
Yes, you are correct. Because I had gone to the Tasso Houston State meeting, and during the field work, which was voluntary, I decided I need to be there. So I was there because the previous year I could not go due to financial reasons.
Okay.
So I made it possible this year. And after performing well, I was in favor of one of the staff members that was doing the field work, and he told me about this camp, and in Dallas they were going to have it, and it was free, and I said I have to go. I told my parents, like, I have to go. There's this feeling that if I don't go, then it's going to be a wasted opportunity. I went, and I did well enough for them to tell me they wanted me to be one of 30 people picked nationally.
One of 30, but men and women.
Actually, when I went to the camp, I was the only female, and everyone was wearing their black shirt, but I wear blue because I wanted to stand out as much as possible, besides the obvious gender.
Yes. And so, okay, so that just means now you can go to that camp and potentially, go on to another level.
Yes,
Awesome.
potentially be in the minor league or the pro league. It's going to take some time. It's going to take effort, but I can see now that my efforts are bearing its fruit. I can tell that with my support system that I have now, I can continue to progress in my skills and my knowledge for baseball and officiating and impacting other people as well, because it doesn't matter if it is just baseball or softball. Any sport is male-oriented, and that doesn't mean that females need to be afraid to do that just because they have to hang up their player cleats. I got to put on umpire cleats instead.
Kenny, don't mess with her. She's on her way. So, one last time. First
course.
name, pronounce it.
Xcaret.
Xcaret.
Yes.
Xcaret, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
We are so proud of you, and I know there's people out there very proud of you.
Number 8，8号背后宋晨。
刚才对不起刚才我好像报错了分数所以现在应该是9-0中华队领先。那现在要上场打击的是我们背号8号的中外野手宋承瑞。
Okay, one last question, and this is actually a question that we have about this game. The score is 9-0. We're in the top of the fourth inning. There is a 10-run rule. Can you explain that to the fans out there that are listening?
Yes, so there is a mercy rule at the 5th inning if the home team is not able, or rather the team that is not winning, if they are 10 runs below the victor, the potential victor, then due to the mercy rule, they will conclude the game.
Okay.
At the end of the 5th inning.
End of the fifth.
And it must be whether or not the home team can come back or not. So it seems that Puerto Rico is the home team. So by the end of the 5th inning, if they do not go ahead and bring some runs in, even if it's only one, they will most likely conclude the game due to the mercy rule.
Thank you very much, Kenny,
course.
getting her to explain it to us. That's official.
That's official.
Yeah,
right
that's not
That's
us
why
guessing.
she wears the
Yeah, that's
outfit.
right. We guess. We're up here guessing. But
I
thank you,
gotta
Mr.
Google.
Ramirez,
Oh, of
so
course.
much. We're
Thank
going to
you
be
for
watching
having
you.
me.
Laredo's going to be watching you. You're doing a great job. Continue.
you.
Know that we're all behind you.
Thank
you very much.
much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for your time. Wait, switch over. Get over that way. Get out of my way. Put this mic down now.
Mom,
Again, thank
Dad,
you very much.
they're listening. They've got a great daughter. Yeah, and she even gave them props, all that stuff. Oh, that was great.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for coming in and meeting with us today and explaining some of the stuff. I know Dr. Mike is going to answer some of the comments here on the YouTube channel.
对，我们刚刚2位主播其实也访问了我们这次小马联盟第一位的女裁判，所以呢，她也分享了一下她成为裁判的心路历程。那的确，刚才裁判也稍微的解释了一下，所以如果说在5局呢，比数有超过10分的话，那比赛就会提前结束了。那现在的中华队呢是1、2垒有人，上场打击的是宋承瑞。宋承瑞在击出了一支界外球。那刚才主播他们呢也有提到说，在这次赛事参加的队伍里面除了中华队以外，因为中华队里面之前有跟教练总教练 聊过天了。那有3位呢已经被中华职棒选秀已经选进入了。那呢这次美国的代表队俄亥俄州的代表队里面呢，也有2位的选手已经被在这次的大联盟的选秀里面也被选进了大联盟的小联盟的体系的EA 体系的选手啊，所以这一次的赛事呢，的确实力也相当的高。那昨天我也有有这个荣幸啊，可以访问到我们中华队的总教练吴伯宏。那他也提到了，去年他也带队来到德州来参加小马联盟的比赛。那今年的队伍呢，参加的实力呢，的确也比去年那高很多。那刚才主播呢也访问了小马联盟呢国际组的总裁，那他也提到了明年的小马联盟的赛事呢。也会由 Laredo 来主办，所以呢，希望中华队呢在明年呢也可以取得亚太区的代表权啊，然后来到德州来比赛。
That was a nice hard hit ball to the left field, and that is out number 2 now of the inning. 2 outs, runners on first and second for Chinese Taipei. They're up right now 9-0 here in the top half of the 4th inning.
3号沙后黄兆伟。
那我们现在下一棒要上场打击的是我们的3号一垒手黄兆伟。
Now we had an update here from the Bronco World Series. They're in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Taiwan and Mexico tied at 3-3, bottom of the 2nd inning. Nice hard hit ball to left field. Left fielder has no trouble with that one. Out of the inning. That was a long at bat for Chinese Taipei. Right now, at the end of 3.5 innings of play, Chinese Taipei on top 9-0 going into the home half of the 4th inning. You know, as Mr. Ramirez was saying, we got 5 innings. If Puerto Rico can't get a couple of runs on the board and Chinese Taipei hits that 10 run, then that's going to force a mercy rule, and that'll be the end of the ball game. In case my daughter's out there listening, because I know my family listens in every now and then, I just want to say thank y'all very much for letting me come out here and having fun with everybody, Dr. Mike and everybody. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to come out here. I love you, Katie. I love you, Anna. Thank y'all very much for giving me the opportunity to come out here. We'll let Dr. Mike go ahead. They just gave another home run ball away, so we'll let Dr. Mike explain that.
那现在大会又送给了我们刚才打出第2支全垒打的罗浩成送他第2颗全垒打的纪念球他今天表现得非常非常的优异，然后打出了2支的全垒打。那网友公民割草活动说我们现在现场广播是有台语，是没错的，我们有我们的同乡会的乡亲有帮忙在现场用台语来广播说球员的号码。那他现在也播了我们台语的歌所以我们想我们全场有台湾的乡亲朋友也可以说一解乡愁，可以听听台语的歌。
Again, I think Dr. Mike, he looks at us and he laughs. I think he might be saying something funny about us. But
Hey, well, let me tell you, Chinese Taipei is doing such a heck of a job. He's just, at the beginning of the game, he was really nervous, Now he's kind of relaxed a little.
Yeah, he is. He's
now
very
he's enjoying
relaxed.
himself. Now he's telling all these people, these 2 guys don't know what the hell.
They don't know what they're doing.
They don't know what
clowns.
they're doing. They're clowns.
And they're payasos. And it's just the way it is. And
That's
he's laughing
okay.
about it because he knows it's true. That's awesome. He likes being here, though. That's the difference because it's air conditioned.
Well, so we think.
And next up for Puerto Rico, I will give you that number here in a second. I'm sorry about that, folks. One and oh's the count on the batter. And there's the pitch. Big swing and a miss, strike number 1. That's number 10 right now. Angel Flores for Puerto Rico up to bat.
Lee is still doing his thing. And, here with the hot weather, he's starting to sweat. He's loosened up. And now he's just running on all cylinders.
Nice hard hit ball to left field. Oh! Left fielder just came in and snagged that one out of the air. Almost got down there for a base hit.
Just to think, they finally get around and get a good solid hit, and it goes right to an outfielder.
Next at bat for Puerto Rico, number 9, Kevin Bermudez.
Next up is Bermudez for Puerto Rico, number 9.
Bermudez's mom in the last game was texting us that she was driving from Houston to be here for tonight's game. So
That was Lisa, right?
I think it was Lisa. She might be in the stands. I don't know if she's going to wave at us or anything like that, but
That ball was just high. Ball number 1. 1-0, 1 out. Nobody on for Puerto Rico here in the home half of the 4th inning.
you know, you were saying hi to family. My wife and my daughter are here somewhere, but
Oh.
they reached out to say they're here and they're listening.
Strike number 1 right down the middle. 1-1's the count. That one clocked in at about 86 miles an hour. Well, that's nice that they came out. You know, I think everybody should come out. It's a free event.
That's
You know,
right.
You see 2 powerhouse baseball teams out here on the diamond. That one just high. 2-1's the count now.
You know, Lee is so methodical in his pitching. You know, just when you think, oh, that ball got away, that was very high, it's almost he's setting up for that next pitch.
Big swing and fouls that one back. Lisa says she's here. Hey, Lisa, how you doing?
Yep, she made it.
I'm glad you made it safely, Lisa.
This is really amazing for her to be here to watch her son, you know, represent Puerto Rico. I mean, how nice is that?
That's awesome.
It really is.
That is awesome. I love that. Nice hard hit over to the third baseman. Charges it up the line. Beautiful stretch by the first baseman. And he's out of there.
I've said this before. I just love this third baseman from Chinese Taipei. He can just pick it up. And when he throws the first, he doesn't waste time. You know, there's some people that bounce around and then they gun it over. He just gets it there so quick. Just a fantastic third baseman. At the plate is number 12, Ceballos, the shortstop. You see Lee getting the pitch, change up right down the middle for the first strike with 2 outs. This is a nice opportunity for Ceballos to go up against some stiff competition like this. This is where he really has to study the pitcher when he's not batting so that he'll be ready to go when he gets in there. Ball away, 1-1 the count. But at the same time, Lee has seen Ceballos. He knows how good a hitter is. It doesn't look like he's going to give him anything good to swing at, but he's setting up for his fastball. There it is. So he comes in high, he comes in away, and then down the middle with a fastball. So now you have Ceballos thinking, okay, this guy throws in the 90s, so I got to be ready. So he's setting up for the next pitch. Let's see what that is. Throws a fastball and just blows it by him.
I'm sorry, I'm making Orly work a little bit here. I'm trying to look up the Bronco World Series at the same time so we can give an update. I know it was 3-3 earlier, but I think Dr. Mike says it's 6-3 Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he's very happy. Chinese Taipei's on top over there also.
He's getting the messages before we get the messages. We're having to look it up.
That's where you're supposed to help us out, Dr. Mike. Don't tell me you're reading it there. Don't give me that.
现在就回答一些我们现在在观看直播的朋友的一些问题啊。那 Carrie 真这是问说这场的是不是冠军赛？的确，这场是冠军决赛。那中华队呢，在这场冠军决赛这边已经打过了3场比赛啊。那2场是对上地主队Laredo 队。那就是稍微跟网友或者是观众朋友讲解一下，就是说我们在现场的转播的单位呢，只有3个摄影机，所以跟平常可能大家在看的职棒或者是大联盟的比赛有点不太一样。那因为他们的摄影机就架在内野，所以可能在视角方面就是没有办法到顾及到整个的比赛的状况，所以这稍微跟各位观众朋友解释一下。
Yeah, right now it is the bottom of the 3rd inning in the Bronco World Series, and Chinese Taipei tagged 3 runs in the top end of that inning. So now they're up 6-3. They also had 3 runs in the first inning. Then Tijuana, Mexico came back, got 3 runs in the bottom half of the first inning. Right now, they're up to bat. They're trailing 6-3 against Chinese Taipei in the Bronco. That's the 12 and under World Series.
Number 2, 2号李和
That's been exciting over there. I got a chance to run out there and watch a little bit of the home run derby, and it's amazing when you see young kids, 12-year-old and under. You know, they're out there, and it's like the big leagues. You know, kid hits a ball and it hits a home run, and everybody's oohing and eyeing, and it just like if it was on TV. It was really fun to watch. They had a trophy ceremony. It was really awesome.
Yeah, so we do have some listeners came in. Looks like from North Dallas. And they said Texas is hot. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We're very hot down here. And the temperature is hot, too. Boom, boom.
There you go. There you go. He'll be here all week.
Next up to bat for Chinese Taipei is number 2. He's got 1 ball on him right now. Number 2 is?
我们现在上场打击的是2号，我们的捕手李梦哲。
Fouls that one off. 1-1's the count now.
Yeah, I had a quick question, Dr. Michael. The PA announcer, what he's announcing, is he announcing in different languages, or is he just doing the one language? I heard he was
languages.
two languages.
1 Mandarin and 1 Taiwanese.
Okay, 1 Mandarin, 1 Taiwanese. Okay.
So we had a response for you there, Orly. There's a nice hard hit ball, gets by the third baseman, getting that runner on first base. Danny Trevino says, Orly, buy me a raspa.
Yeah, he came out and yesterday, and then he quit on us and he left. He said it was too hot.
Did he take our raspa cups, by the way?
Oh,
Someone stole our raspa cups up
we
here.
had Raspa Coast, yeah.
Next at bat number 11 11号蔡玉和罗浩成指定打击。
那现在上场打击的是我们已经打出2支全垒打的指定打击罗浩成。
They said that 3 cameras, it's good. Some games only have 1, so thank you. Yeah, we try to do as good as we can out here in Laredo, here at Uni-Trade Stadium for this Pony League World Series. That's a ball 1 there on the batter, number 11. Runner on first base, no outs here at the top half of the 5th inning for Chinese Taipei. They're trying to add to their run total, so maybe get this game over with early. Just a bit high now, 2-0's the count.
Want to thank Jacob Pitino and his crew for everything they do to get this game going. You know, he's not even going to recognize us. He's too busy. But he's the one that manages all the cameras, the scoreboard, all that fun stuff for YouTube. So thank you to him.
Yeah, thank you, Jacob. There's a nice called strike right there. 2-1's the count. That one clocked in at about 76 miles an hour. And Jacob's also the one that keeps us on our toes and keeps us moving where we need to be.
He rolls his eyes. He just got, when we say stuff that he's just like, oh, my goodness.
Big strike right there. 2-2's the count.
I know we've been talking a lot about Chinese Taipei, but let's talk a little bit about Puerto Rico and that roller coaster ride that they've had this week. I mean, their emotions. I mean, they've had 2 comeback games where, I mean, they're nail biters. You and I are on the edge of our seats. It's really difficult to maintain that high. You come out of a game, you just played the game of your life to win that game. Then you got to come back and win another game. And then that game's even better. The emotions that these kids are going through, it is truly a roller coaster ride for Puerto Rico. Not only physically are they tired, but emotionally they've been...
Sits him down.
Oh, beautiful
The
pitch.
pitch right before that was just a bit high, brought him into a full count. So he rears back, takes a deep breath, throws a 79-mile-an-hour fastball, sitting him down with a big K right there.
Yeah,
One out now.
And he sat him down because he worked the count. He made it faster than when it really was because he's moving the ball around, changing speeds. Great job.
There's a foul ball right there for strike number 1.
高后何义龙右外野手刚刚有一支安打。
刚才非常可惜，打出2支全垒打的罗浩成被三振出局。那现在上场打击的球员是背号9号右外野手何义龙。
1-1's the count, 1 out. Runner on first base. That ball was just high. 2-1's the count, 1 out. Runner's still sitting on first base. Puerto Rico's trying to fight out of this inning so they can continue to play right now. After that big 4th inning by Chinese Taipei.
I think this is Brian Roman on the mound.
Number 6.
Number
5, I'm sorry.
5, yeah.
Number 5 for Puerto Rico.
He's just a strong lefty. You know, and what I like about him is he's not worried about the score right now. He's just worried about the batter in front of him. And that's how he has to approach it. Now the runner with 1 out, 2-2 count. They're not, first baseman's not holding the runner. You can see he's playing back.
There, 2-2, 1 out. Just a little bit of dirt, gets away from the catcher, advances that runner over to second base, putting him in scoring position. And we've seen this time and time so far, you know, in this game by Chinese Taipei. They get that runner in scoring position, and they're going.
That's right. That's right. And, you know, that's been happening in Puerto Rico, and the pass balls, advancing the runner. Of course, the big home runs, you know, don't help the situation. But when you set it up and you get people on base with nothing happening, walks and pass balls and things of that nature, it just makes for a long day. Now, that run on second base is very important to Puerto Rico because that would be the 10th run, and they really need to keep that man from scoring.
Hard hit ball over to the second baseman, scoops it up, throws it over to first for the easy out. 2 outs now. Now, this is what we're talking about. He's advanced over to third base now.
Right, but what happened? He was on first, he had a pass ball, gets a second. There goes a double play.
There goes, out the window.
That's right. So he pitches a ground ball. In theory, that would have been an easy double play, and they would have been out of the inning, and they would have held him. Now, the runner's 90 feet, and Chinese Taipei is going to do everything possible to score this runner.
现在上场打击的是我们的7号左外野手严国进。
There's a ball on that first pitch right there. Yeah, Danny's saying something about putting a dome over the stadium and having Andy's AC come out and air condition the whole place. Yeah, it does get hot down here in Laredo. I agree with you. There's that called strike right there. 1-1's the count. 2 outs. Runner on third base. But yeah, I agree. Baseball is an outdoor sport. We got to suck it up and enjoy it.
Yeah,
but
well,
we're up here in the booth in the air conditioning.
And his good friend is president of Pony, who's up in his private box in the air condition. You would think Mr. Trevino would say, let me upstairs.
Nice hard hit ball up the middle in the center field. There comes that 10 run right there. That's number 10 for Chinese Taipei.
That's the tough one. That's the one that now Puerto Rico has got to play not only to stay in the game, to try to get out of the 10-run mercy rule, but just to continue the game into the 7th inning.
Yeah, they do need to stop them here, and then get at least 1 run here in the bottom frame here, just to keep the game going.
You know, the Asian champion. Chinese Taipei has to win their area to get over here. Okay, and we don't have access to the scores of some of those games, but I'd be very interested to see the competition they were up against in their zone, to see what kind of talent base is out there, and to get them over here. It'd be very interesting because they really bring a talented team.
Yes, we did have the Chris Jackson interview early on, I think about 2 innings ago. So yeah, you did miss that, Vince. Sorry about that. One of those to count, 2 outs. One of those to count, 2 outs. Runner on first base. Number 4 for Chinese Taipei up to bat. Trying to add an insurance run there. Caught strike right there. 1-1.
Yeah, he's going to have to do it himself here. He's pitching great. He's a good lefty. You like how his wind up, the full extension.
Beautiful pitch right there.
Oh, the batter knew it.
He that's the one I wanted.
Yep, that was the one. You just see him just look up.
Just burned it right in there. 1-2 is the count, 2 outs. Roman's on the mound. There's the pitch. Swing and foul ball.
You know, earlier today I was talking to, or yesterday I was talking to some of the Bronco Chinese Taipei kids. Well, actually, there was an interpreter there, and we were talking. You know, these kids, they're asking me about how the schools are here, you know, how the league is. Well, I was trying to explain to them how we have our league here, and the kids come out, and it was interesting the type of questions they were asking. They were talking about the structure of baseball here for us, for our young kids. And I thought that was fascinating. You know, they could be talking about so many other things being a 12-year-old, you know, but it was interesting how they just wanted to know how baseball is around here, you know.
Baseball's life.
Well, it's just, you know, that knowledge. They just want to know how other countries do it.
Runner is going. Ball's knocked down by the third baseman. Didn't have a play anywhere. That ball was hit sharply up the line. He was able to come in and knock it down so it doesn't get any, so that runner that was going from first didn't get any extra bases on that one. But here we go. We got 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Just a quick update from the Bronco World Series. Tijuana, Mexico did score a run in the bottom half of the third inning there. We're at the top of the fourth now. Chinese Taipei on top, 4-6.
At bat number 5，5号。
那我们的第2棒啊，陈志军2垒手啊，打出了一个内野滚地球啊，形成内野安打。那现在上场打击的是我们的第3棒3垒手林子豪。
Did he say that we were in the air condition?
So he said.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. You know, Dr. Michael here, yesterday we were able to bring up the head coach, and we did a little video, and it's on YouTube. Anybody wants to see the video, it's at the end of yesterday's game, I believe. But just the coach was very appreciative of the hospitality here. He talked about just the overall hospitality, the competition. He was very impressed with the competition, and you're talking about a manager of a baseball team. He sees talent all the time, you know. So for him to say he's impressed with the talent, he knows baseball.
Yeah, that last pitch was just a bit outside. We got a 2-0 count now on the batter. 2 outs. Runners at first and second. There's that first called strike. 2-1 now. That came in at 77 miles an hour.
You know, I don't know where this Roman pitcher was. I mean, he's just doing a fantastic job. You know, I just like how his poise on the mound, not worrying about the score. Yes, they've gotten some hits, but he's back.
Big swing and a miss for strike number 2. 2-2 is the count. 2 outs. Runners on first and second for Chinese Taipei here in the top half of the 5th inning.
So, yeah, he's doing a good job. But overall, the coach was I was very impressed with him because he is a coach, a man of stature. You know,
Sit him down! Strike out!
Nice pitch.
Sorry, Orly.
No. I was just saying, you know, he's very respectful. He takes the time to talk to us. You know, he takes the time to answer the questions thoroughly. They're not short answers. You know, he's talking to us, and he's got a team he has to worry about, but he took the time, and Dr. Michael did a great job of helping us out. First time ever on camera doing that. He's like, I don't even have questions. And we're like, make them up. I don't know.
We'll give them to you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just do whatever, you know.
So yeah, we did have a comment here about featuring Ms. Ramirez celebrating her achievements and being the first female umpire to officiate a Pony World Series. You know what? It was very inspiring, and I stand true to it. You know, I have a 6-year-old daughter. Orly, you have a couple of daughters. You have 3 daughters, and seeing this young lady, what she's doing and breaking barriers, you know, and I'd love to see her. You know, maybe we can get her out to the Girl Scout house like I was asking her to come and talk to these girls, because it's true. They can do anything they want to do as long as they set their mind to it. You know, my wife is an engineer. There's very few female engineers here in the state of Texas, and my wife is one of them.
Yeah, don't mess with her.
No, don't mess with her.
She's the boss.
That's right. She is. She is the boss.
But you know, the way she was answering, And I know that people couldn't see this because she wasn't on camera, but she looks right at you. When she's answering the question, she's right there and she's talking to you. Very intimidating, you know.
Oh, and then the handshake.
Oh,
the
yeah,
handshake. Oh my God,
crushed
that
our
was a
hand.
handshake.
Yeah, so that I loved, and you know, I was almost embarrassed when she said that, when I said to be a men's or a male sport to apply, you can do that, and she goes, yeah, you just fill out the application. You know how embarrassing to just be under the assumption that you can't.
Yeah, you know, and I think that's a big misconception by everybody, not
Right.
just by us. You know, by everybody. They think, well, you're a girl, you can't do this. It's a men's world. You know,
No.
but she's breaking barriers, and
She is.
I did kind of laugh at that because she's like, yeah, I filled out the application. That's
Exactly.
what you gotta do. You pay the fee, you're done, you're in. You
Yeah,
know?
I just wanted to, you know, I was hitting my head like, why did you ask that question, you dummy? But no, she did a wonderful job. I'm super proud of her. I don't know her. I've just met her for the first time, but just a Laredoan, a girl, just really wanting to do this. So
Here we are at the bottom half
yeah.
of the fifth inning, the home inning, home fifth, and number 13, Luis Hernandez up to bat for Puerto Rico. Now, you know, first called strike right there. That still clocked in at over 90 miles an hour.
Yeah,
You know, this is where Puerto Rico needs to do something because it's already 10-0.
Yes.
They got to score at least one run to continue playing
That's right.
the rest of the game.
you're right.
Big swing and a miss for strike number 2. Yeah, this is it right here. You know, they got 3 outs to make at least 1 or 2 runs to continue pushing this game forward.
That's right. You know, you just have to muster one run.
There's the pitch. Big swing and a miss, and he's out of there.
It's just really hard to, I mean, you're talking about a pitcher that's throwing at speeds of the major league level.
If I'm not mistaken, I want to say that read 97 miles an hour on that last pitch.
That is tough pitching right there. The other thing is, I want to say this pitcher had not seen a game at all today, this weekend. Had not even been on the field. He didn't play a position, and he didn't pitch a game. Sole purpose was to pitch the championship game, and I can see why.
Up next for Puerto Rico is number 19, Feliciano. He takes a big cut on that one. Strike number 1. That one was up in the range of the 90 mile an hour, and that was a high fastball. Yeah, this pitcher right here is just bringing it. He's just bringing it. Says, you know what? I'm going to shut you down right here.
Well, he's an aggressive pitcher. You know, I'm not gonna slow it down for you. I'm gonna pitch my game. I'm gonna pitch what I'm gonna do. If you're gonna beat me, hit it. And that's his approach. He's just attacking. You can definitely see his mental game is at a much higher level.
That one came in at a ball 1-1. Now he went from 90 miles an hour. That last pitch was 77.
You tell me that.
He just dropped it. Back up into the 90s once again.
I know we have some scouts in the stands that are watching this, and I don't think Chinese Taipei players are eligible for the United States draft. I'm sure there's
some kind of rules.
Yeah, it's kind of complicated. So, but to sit in the stands and to see a young man like this throwing like this, you know these scouts are just sitting there going,
big swing and a miss. That one's at, I want to say 95.
Yeah.
The scouts are just salivating. Saying,
Yeah, exactly. Like,
how can I get this guy over here?
That's right.
What college can we put him in so
That's
we
right.
can scoop him up?
And I don't know if he's been drafted. I'm under the assumption he's one of them that was drafted, Dr. Michael. I'm not sure. But, boy, whatever team he's going to, they're sitting back and just smiling.
Oh, he did pitch against Texas, he said. There was somebody here. Victor said that he had pitched before against Texas.
He did.
That's what Victor said. Full count now. 3-2, 1 out. Here in the home half of the fifth inning for Feliciano, number 19. There's the pitch. Jams that one, takes it over to second base. Second baseman scoops it up, flips it over to first for out number 2 here in the inning.
You know, Puerto Rico has been the color of our tournament. And I say that they've been the laughter the enjoyment, the reaching out first and talking to people, not shy. They're just having a good time and loving it. And then they have these emotional games that they play. So it's really tough on Puerto Rico to be in this situation right now.
Next up for Puerto Rico is number 15, Sola. No, 2 outs here in the home half of the 5th inning. Oh, caught the inside corner on that one. Strike number 1. Puerto Rico trailing this game 10-0 with 1 out left here in the 5th inning. There's the windup and the pitch. Nice cut over to the shortstop. Scoops it up. Takes it over to first. And that's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Your final score here from the Palomino World Series after that 3rd out here in the 5th inning is Chinese Taipei 10, Puerto Rico 0. Do not hold your heads down, gentlemen. It was a tremendous, tremendous game. Chinese Taipei came out firing on all cylinders. We'll go ahead and let Dr. Michael explain the rest of it here.
非常高兴的中华队提前结束了以10-0击败了波多黎各队得到这次小马联盟青棒级的冠军。那我们非常非常恭喜中华队我们也非常非常的高兴。那谢谢各位观众在观看我们直播的观众朋友谢谢你们的支持，也谢谢你们的鼓励。那我们也非常恭喜中华队这次提前的击败了波多黎各队，拿到了冠军。
And we'd like to thank both teams for coming out. Guys, stick around. Stick around. We have the presentation ceremony coming up for first and second place. But we'd like to thank both teams for coming out. Our team from Puerto Rico, like Orly was saying earlier, these kids, there was laughter, there was dancing. We got to meet with them several times and talk to them, let them know their parents and family and friends were thinking about them and sending them good vibes from Puerto Rico and about and around. And this team from Chinese Taipei just came out today. They had 16 runs the entire tournament in the 3 games that they played. They came out and they opened it up. They let the bats go. They opened it up. They were rested. They understood that Puerto Rico had a game earlier this morning at 10 o'clock, and they understood that they were out there, and Chinese Taipei was back at the hotel relaxing, waiting for this game tonight. But don't take anything away from Puerto Rico. They did a tremendous, tremendous job. And as we can see out here on the field, the Chinese Taipei team, as tradition, bowing to the baseball gods out in the field, then turning around and bowing to their fans, saying thank you for coming out and supporting us. And and I believe that's true all around. Both these teams, a great crowd out here tonight. Both these teams did a fabulous job to get here to where they were at. I know we joked earlier with Dr. Michael about how they got here. They really played a great tournament, Chinese Taipei did. They held their own. They didn't really go full force in the first 3 games. They kind of just said, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to show you all my cards. Yes. But then today, they opened up in the championship game, and Dr. Mike has been here with us. And what did you see today, Dr. Mike?
I've seen the Chinese Taipei play great baseball, and then the players, they are very settled. Feels like they don't feel pressure at all. So I think this is great. Said that yesterday, and he said that this time the competition is higher, very high. So I think the player
against international competition, and it was a great, great tournament here in Laredo. We're going to give you a quick update from the Bronco World Series, which is going on right now. They're in the home half of the 4th inning with Tijuana, Mexico, and Chinese Taipei. Right now, the score stands 6-4, and we're getting ready.
Fabulous game, a fabulous tournament. But one of the questions I have to ask is, how does it feel to accomplish your goal, coming all the way to Laredo, Texas for the win?
今天他们大会要恭喜我们拿下冠军，然后就是为了教练赚一笔这么大的从台湾过来，然后终于拿到1球，然后拿获冠军的这些心情是什么？
我 们出发前也是想说，因为去年也是冠军嘛，今年想要卫冕冠军，也很顺利的在这4场球赛，小球员的表现也都表现得很好，投打手都表现很好，所以也顺利拿下了我们出发前的那个目标，这样子对。
You were able to see Puerto Rico play 3 games. You saw big comeback. You know they have good bats. So as a pitcher, being able to see the batters, what was he thinking going into the game? And how did he have to pitch to Puerto Rico to get the win?
前面有看过波多黎各3场比赛，然后对于他们打者可能或许会有一些了解，然后对于你在场上比赛的时候，面对这些打者的时候，你当下有什么自己的应对策略？
也是觉得平常心，然后就是胜做一场，然后就把冠军拿回来。
We talked about early in the tournament of Chinese Taipei, a lot of bunting, stealing bases, manufacturing runs. This game, home runs, power. Where did that come from? Is that something the manager just turns on and turns off whenever he feels like?
他们的意思是我们前几场预赛的时候比较采用小球，像是短打推进、抢分这种策略。然后这场比赛的时候，其实小朋友们就比较有点像是 power 提升。那他说教练这部分有给小朋友任何像是提示或是一些开放的一些策略。
因为我们多少了解美国这边的球队的基本功应该没有像我们台湾来的那么好，所以战术越多的情况下，让他们有机会失误的情况下，我们就有机会拿到分数。在最后一场球赛，应该是小朋友来到这边第5天、第6天了，在这边的天气还有适应度都已经不错的情况下，最后一场发挥的比较好的。
Can you translate that for everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. You're gonna translate.
So the coach says that. Like in Taiwan or in Asia, we used to focus on more the basic skill, so that's why we push more about bunting or like the manufactured runs. But we've been here for a couple 5 days, so we kind of get used to like the fields, everything. So coach just asks it. He just talk to the kids and says you just try to be yourself and just do and be as best as you can and just do everything.
Yeah. Once again, we just want to thank Chinese Taipei for coming to Laredo, Texas, to play in the tournament. Congratulations on your win.
Let's go to talk to Puerto Rico.
In true iconic fashion here, the team from Chinese Taipei being talked to by, I guess, one of their directors maybe out there, thanking them for coming out here. And, of course, they bowed to their fans, thanking their fans for coming out and supporting them.
Coach, when I was talking upstairs, when I'm talking here with Coach from Puerto Rico, and I was explaining to everybody in Puerto Rico, people listening, this was a roller coaster ride for you. I mean, it was, your kids battled back, played tough baseball. I mean, you really had to play hard baseball just to get to this game. So when you're in a situation like that and you're throwing everything out there, obviously the score, you're not happy with this, but at the same time, you got to be excited about what your kids did throughout the tournament.
Oh, definitely. I'm very proud of my kids, that team, China team, it's well proportional all around. Featured 90, 92, 93 miles per hour with the cutter, changeup, we're talking about a kid that has a very bright future.
Absolutely.
There's not too much that we could do against him. And, we were tired and, my pitching was banged up a little bit, so we did what we could, but I'm very, very proud of my kids.
Absolutely. We talked earlier that this is an 18 and under tournament. But you're telling me some of your starters are actually 16.
16, yeah. Shortstop, Feliciano, Luis Hernandez, all of them, Shadai Colon, all of them. Probably you're going to see them next year if we win the tournament in Puerto Rico.
Absolutely, but I just, I was watching your pitchers. They were doing a good job. It's very difficult for a pitcher when you see the score to maintain focus on their batters, but your pitchers do that. I mean, they still maintain their focus to try to get the out. So that's a compliment to your coaching style and your pitchers.
We're going to get started for the awards for the championship.
We have to respect the game. We respect the game very, very,
great applause for both
very
teams.
high. And my kids were doing what they could do. Their arms were tired. Some of them are playing hurt. And I feel very, very happy for them.
Absolutely. One of the last things I want to say is the flavor, the character of this tournament has been Puerto Rico. The way they are socially with everybody, how they mingle with people, just the interaction. They just have a lot. They're very hyper. They're very fun. So I say Puerto Rico brought their presence from the island back over here. They really showed us what they're all about. One last thing, and I love for you to do this because you have so many fans. If you just want to thank them or send a message out to everybody.
Muchas gracias, Puerto Rico. Tratamos, lo intentamos, perdimos con un gran equipo, el equipo de China. Así que gracias por el support, Carlos Correa, gracias por el support también. Así que hicimos lo que pudimos. Estamos bien contentos con el papel que hicimos aquí en Laredo. Así que nuevamente, de verdad que me siento sumamente orgulloso de esos muchachos que estuvieron jugando ahí defendiendo los colores de la patria. Así que muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Be careful going home with the division. We're bringing those back also.
Where do you want?
I'm going to turn it over to Abel. Thank you very much for supporting. We'll see you next year.
All right, this is the best opportunity that I enjoy most of is to give the awards to the winners. And the reason I say winners is that's what both teams are.
They are winners in the eyes of Pony Baseball. They played extremely hard, not only for themselves, but they did it for you as fans to show the talent that they have in their little bodies, okay, to do the best they can, all right, for their team, for themselves, okay, and to try to win an award. And I think tonight we do have the best two teams that played extremely well throughout the week. They both deserve a good round of applause at this time. Again, I do want to thank Laredo for hosting the Palomino World Series as well as the Bronco World Series. And we just found out, again, they did get the contract for the next 2 years. Again, for Laredo Pony, we want to thank them. It takes a lot of effort, people. Trust me, a lot of work. It doesn't end tonight. Starting tomorrow morning, guess what? They're already planning for the following year. So it takes a lot of work. Not only just the Laredo Pony, but also the city of Laredo. They are a great supporter for Pony Baseball. We want to thank all the commissioners. Thank you very much for everything. This is what makes it a success. Again, thank you for the city of Laredo. We're going to go ahead and now start with a trophy presentation. We're going to start off with the second place team going out to Puerto Rico. Coach, I'm going to ask you to come about and announce the player's name. We're going to present him with a nice medallion, guys, that tells you that you are supporters of the World Series. Also, first time ever, you also get a nice little ring to show that you were involved in the World Series. So congratulations.
Thank you. Sebastián Cortés. Christopher Serrano. Wilfredo Delgado. Kevin Bermúdez. Axel Camacho. Sabín Ceballos. Ángel Flores. Alexander Colón, Chuchín. Shadai Colón. Yomar Peña, Axel Alvarado, Yadiel Rolón, Luis Hernández, Joscar Pique Jr. Feliciano, Michael Colón, Brian Román, Alejandro Solá, my son. Sebastián del Olmo, my best coach, Samuel Almodóvar. ¿Qué digo yo? Joey Solá, head coach.
Coach, and we have Pony Baseball on your banner. Check it back home. Yes. Thank you, Coach.
We're going to see the Chinese
All
Taipei
right, now
players
representing
been
the first place
introduced
team for 2019
to get their
Palominos.
medals.
Again, they won last year, they won again this year.
Kenny
so
was just
again,
it
big
was
congratulations.
really nice talk interviewing.
Coach, you
down
want to give him the thing?
教练罗建明教练，教练陈顺松教练，应该，来第7号严国敬，16陈柏君。4号陈志军，8号宋承瑞，9号何义龙，6号刘基宏。11号罗浩成，2号李梦哲，3号黄兆维，12号刘伟霆，15号庄俊凯，10号郭文义，17号李成真，1号李承勋，13号陈雪胜，5号林子豪，11号乌凯14号乌凯恩。18号徐若曦 these are all the lineup for Chinese Taipei. Thank you. And 最后30号吴伯宏总教练。
This next award, Best ERA for Chinese Taipei, 0, no runs, incredible. Incredible. It's unheard of. And I won't pronounce his name. I'll pass it on to Jimmy over here, and he can do the honor. But congratulations.
接下来我们颁发的是大会的最佳投手跟防御率王。背号1号李承勋，本届赛会没有失任何分数，防御率为0。
And thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. They just got through with the award ceremonies right now. They're handing out what they just handed out right now was the best ERA, a 0.00 ERA on that one for that young man there from Chinese Taipei. This is it. It's been a great Palomino World Series.
It really has.
Just to give an update real quick, on the Broncos side, they're in the 5th inning.
Again, to both teams, so we can take both teams with a great picture. Congratulations to both teams. Chinese Taipei, another World Series champion. That's your trademark. Great job. Puerto Rico, again, those comebacks, that's baseball. Great job. Let's get both teams so we can get a big group picture up here. Parents, if you want to come in, take some pictures, feel free.
Yeah, they're getting pictures.
Feel free,
taking
come
both
in,
teams
take some
there
pictures.
together with their banners and their championship medals and rings. Again, you coming in from the Bronco League.
Both groups, and then we'll take separate.
Coming in for the Bronco League, we're going into the top of the 6th inning, the last inning there. For the Broncos, Chinese Taipei is up right now 6-4. But back over here with us here in the Palomino side, tremendous tournament. All 4 days was outstanding. We had the best of the best here in Laredo at the Palomino League. We were able to get Dr. Michael and Dr. Lin up here to pronunciate some of the words here for Chinese Taipei to do an announcing for us. But Orly, what's your takeaway from this tournament?
First and foremost, the hospitality of the city, the preparation, the year preparation to get this done, all that is by far the most important to make sure this thing runs right. But specifically, the games on the field. These teams came to play baseball. They were very aggressive. We saw some good pitching. This was a very, very good baseball tournament because you had some high caliber talent. The games were so tough. The weather was tough, the heat, but it was just amazing. Yes, I want to also thank both doctors for they actually we needed them.
Yes, we did.
They didn't know that we needed. They came just asking if they could help out, but we really did need them. So they came through in the clutch. So, they were the first team for us, and I'm very, very happy to make new friends. They did a great job. But Kenny, all weekend long, Germany bringing their best talent, California bringing their best talent. These teams were going at it, and I really, truly think you had the two best teams out there. I think Ohio was a strong candidate to be here. It was very tough at the end for Ohio. They played extremely good baseball. They have a bunch of talent. Those are the breaks. And Puerto Rico's very appreciative. Even though they lost this game, they do understand the road they had to take to get here and all that they had to put out just to get to this game. So they were coming in kind of limping, let's say. Whereas Chinese Taipei, they were able to rest. They had their full team. They rested all day to play today's game, so it showed. It showed that they were really ready to play ball. But I'm very impressed. I'm very thankful to Pony for allowing me to coordinate the broadcast team. I appreciate Robert Reyes for doing what he did to help us out, Gene Belmares for what he did, Jeff Puig for helping us, Ryan Bailey, Michael Blake, and I don't know if I forgot. Did I miss anybody?
I think you forgot me.
Well, you were coming up. I was saving you best for last. But Kenny Duncan, for the color that you bring, really. Oh, okay. Jacob in the box, who's been just like tremendous. Yeah, we'll just leave it at tremendous. But yeah, no, Jacob, for everything he's done, he's here from 7 a.m. or whatever it was to the end, and he's made this production on YouTube. He made the production at the stadium happen. So he did a fantastic job, so I want to thank him. But everybody did help with this.
Some important people we need to thank also our families.
Absolutely, for
we
letting
need
us
to
do
thank
this.
our families for letting us come here. My wife, Anna, and my daughter, Katie, and my sons, Kenny and Ryan, thank you very much. And your wife, Kathy, for letting you come over here and play with us also.
That's right.
Thank them very much for letting us come out here and do this. And again, Dr. Lynn and Dr. Michael, thank you very much, guys, for being that voice for us. To help us not butcher these names. Thank you, everybody that listened in and made comments. Thank you all very much. So our final sign-off from Uni-Trade Stadium, the 2019 Palomino World Series goes to Chinese Taipei. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening in. God bless all of you. Thank you, Puerto Rico, for coming out and giving us a great, great game this whole series. Thank you to all the teams. Illinois, everybody, thank you very much. God bless. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you.